Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the class event, and then we're going to be hunting for angels and merchants. Pretty simple. So we have the new class drop on Friday, the Spirit Walker. So we're going to check that out, do that. Maybe get some crowns as we get our wandering merchants, as we hunt for farm angels and merchants. That's the cool part about this new... The coolest part about the new update, in my opinion, is it happened during a Kingdom Pass, so we can get crowns while we're looking for them. Feels like you're doing more than one thing. Like, getting crowns is so boring and just something you got to do every day, and it's kind of a nuisance. It kind of makes that more fun that you can get angels and merchants while you do that. But let me get everything set up here. Let's get into, like, maybe the class event first. Where's the class event? Spirit Walker. So I think Spirit Walker is kind of like not as good as everybody thought it was going to be, but still decent. Alright, let's see. I want to upload my thumbnail, my beautiful Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer thumbnail. Have you guys seen it yet? Angels and merchants, get it? It's Angel. There he is, his little headshot. Forget that guy's name. What's the actor's name that plays Angel from Buffy? Felix, Daniel, Sebastian, I see y'all. I'm going to jump into the chat and say hi to everybody in a sec. Customization. Everybody remember Buffy, Angel? Angels and merchants, you know? Alright, subscriber only. For 1 minute. Hey, subscribe. We're trying to get to 7K. I'm not, like, over asking for it because I feel like that doesn't really work for me. So, you know, if you want to chat, subscribe, and you can help me get to 7K, and I'd really appreciate it. I feel like asking for the next milestone kind of makes some people unsubscribe. I don't know. That's just how it is. I've learned over the years. All right, customization, 1 minute. All right, got my thumbnail up. Okay. Just need to jump into the chat now. Live. And like usually the people here can't do anything about like getting me to the next milestone. They've already done their part. So the only people hearing me complain are the people that have already done the things they're supposed to do. So it's kind of like this conundrum. Live chat. Alright, let's say hi to everybody. Strogan Rog UK. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, and you're the first one. Appreciate it. Felix, Daniel, Sebastian, Glorfindel is here. Senny singing a little song. Yeah. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yeah. Alright, so we got Stroganrock said, good morning, Day Senny. Yeah, here it is 10:30 right now, 10:30 a.m. It's probably, what, like 3 o'clock or something for you? Maka is here, says, Senny, great sound. Thank you so much, appreciate that. Daniel says hi. Maka says, yeah, getting crowns is very boring today, very slow. But that's the cool part. You can get angels and merchants while you get your crowns, and you're leveling Spirit Walker. Like, right now is, like, the most exciting getting a crown is ever going to be. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying earlier in the week. Like, if you're not playing right now, if you're not showing up to the live streams or at least leaving a comment on some sort of video this week, like, are you even playing anymore? Because there's so much going on right now. But, yeah, like, right now, while you're getting your boring crowns, at least you can level up Spirit Walker and go after angels and merchants. Like, makes it more fun. Like, a normally boring thing is more fun now. Sebastian says hi. Glorfindel is here. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's the last live stream of the month, so this is going to make or break the February, this live stream right here. You guys did awesome last Wednesday. Maka says Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, so it's 3:30 UK. Chad's been a member for 21 freaking months. That's a long time. You're a freaking legend, bro. Angel is the best, that's for sure. Noonday Shadow is here. Howdy, howdy. Hey, is that from, what's that dude's name? I watched that channel. Howdy, howdy. What up? I know where you got that. Supernova. I watch those channels because I have a YouTube channel. That's like a YouTube guy. Alright, let's do a little bit of the new class trial, and then we'll go hunt down our crowns and angels and merchants. Still going with the double Todd Greenwood Void Caller Lupine's Edge. It's still working pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to make it to all rewards, though. I may have to buy up one more. I'm hoping I can, but we'll see. We're about to see right now. Can I make it? Seems like Mr. Todd here hasn't been looping as good as like Chalcedony or Secra. I don't know why. But he's still pretty good. Like he gets it like 85% of the time or something. You can kind of like knock these two down a little bit. You can like knock them all down and then use the other guy you got like right here. Just do this. Kill both of them. Bang. Bang. Takes a second, but this is super safe. And I made it look like longer than it usually takes. My first battle. Alright, I'm definitely not trying to get Spirit Walker to 100 this weekend. I know like what the future holds for me, and we're going to be having Spirit Walker multiple times, so I'm not like super worried about it. And honestly, on like after you get to like level what, like 40? There's really nothing too great after that anyway with this class. Once you get to 40, you pretty much have everything that it has to offer. There's no good talent at 100, and I don't think 70 is very good either. Let's go ahead and do this. Kind of gives them a turn, but I don't know. Kind of feels like I'm doing something there. Probably should just keep going with Todd. Todd from Beavis and Butthead. We got Todd from Beavis and Butthead. He's so cool. He's like the coolest. Yeah, Todd's like the coolest. Todd Greenwood. Yeah. Like Todd Greenwood, he's like the coolest. He has like a Camaro. He had seen the top of the mountain. And it was good. Welcome to the choir, Maka. Ooh, look at that. Chad gifted a membership, and it went to Maka Felix. Welcome to the choir. Thank you so much, Chad. You're a freaking legend. Supernova says he has good news. What's that? What's your good news? You have the 20K mile achievement. Finally. Nice. Congrats. Congrats, Supernova, for getting the 20K mile achievement. It's good to get that out of the way. Glorf says that's longer than some prison sentences. Chatster, yeah. 21-month sentence. You're a 21-month sentence to the choir. Noonday Shadow says, do you have a video on how to get the most out of the vault events? You just spam Explore 1 with Rowan or Ironhawk. Yeah, I probably have. If you just look Vault up on my channel. Like, I for sure have done videos on that. It's just like you can't do one every single Vault event because it's the same freaking video. So I've been doing this for 6 years now. You know how many Vault events I've seen? Like, a lot. So I can't like do a video every single time there's a Vault event because it's pretty much the same old, same old. But yeah, I definitely have videos on it for sure. Sometimes I use the Lupine's Edge whenever they have a little bit more HP and there's only one thing left because it hits a little harder than Todd Greenwood from Beavis and Butthead. Maka says, I have some picture by my name. What an honor. Yeah. Sebastian says, Todd crushed me to dust in Journey event. He destroyed 3 of my card and let my last card with 50 HP in 1 turn. Oh, man. Yeah. Facing against Todd is probably a bad, not very good. That's what happens with Chalcedony. Like, you're in PvP and you're just trying to get to tier 1 and you meet, like, Chalcedony. You're hoping she gives you a turn. Alright, let's finish up this class event, then we'll go hunt merchants and angels. I think I'm just gonna go, like, I'm just gonna get it down to the final 2 here, and then that's what I was doing earlier. And then I'll shoot off the other one. Like right now. Choosing between the two almost takes as much time as casting Todd 2 more times. I got 2 turns remaining. I need 5. So I really need... I don't think I'm going to have enough. So I think you have to buy up to Tier 3 for the class event if you want to get all rewards. And this is the type of event where you would collect it as you go. Kind of like a world event where you're getting tokens. Because you're going to get class experience as you go. And you're using the class. So you might as well grab your rewards as you go every time they get revealed. At other events you don't do that. Like Bounty or something. Like the Bounty, like the faction events. You would just wait till the end and collect all your rewards. But for like world events and new classes, you collect them as you go, so you can, because there's useful things that help you. I might have to buy another one. I'm pretty sure I do, but I'm gonna see what happens here. Well, maybe if I get a Valraven. Nah, see, even if I get a Valraven, I'm gonna only be able to kill 4 of these. So I'm like really sure I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, because I know how this goes. It's 150 gems though for what? For an Orb of Chaos, 30 Spirit Walker XP, and a new title. I don't know. This is the thing, like, you have to decide for yourself whether this is worth it for you or not. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it just for the video here. Just so we know, hey, we gotta do Tier 3. And just to finish the event on live stream, I guess. Because even if I had gotten a Valraven in those 2 turns, it would have only given me 2 more turns. And there's no way I'm getting another Valraven. It just wouldn't happen. That's not how it works. They're not going to give you like 2 Valravens in 3 turns. Or even 4 turns. Let's just get rid of these. We'll hit the last 2. By the time we do, it'll be up. Now we do this. It seems to be working. I think Dawnbringer would be a good choice as well. Dawnbringer with 3 of the harp chick. Another thing, during faction events, I don't think you get merchants and angels, because I was looking at the forum before I started the live stream today, and somebody was like talking about that on the forum, and I noticed that on Tuesday, when I was doing my faction event on Tuesday after the update, I didn't get any merchants, angels, daemons, genies, nothing during the faction event. So I think the only time they appear is outside of events in the underworld. So they're supposed to appear in the delves and in Explore, right? But they don't appear during events, I'm pretty sure. Which is stupid, because that's when you kind of would want to have them, right? Because you're like going for 500. That's when you would actually use a genie. That's when you would actually use a freaking daemon. Is during an event, because that's usually when you're going to go to all the way to 500. Most people don't pick at it these days. Most people do it during an event, like on the weekend. But as far as I see so far, you can't get them during a faction event. It's only during like your 3 sigils a day type of delving. Unless somebody here has got one during an event. I played the whole Tuesday after the update. That's the reason nobody knows this right now, because most people played the Tuesday event before the update. Because the update came out at like 6 or 7 or whatever at night. So most people were done with the faction event by the time it came out. And then when it did come out, they were all like, hey, let's go hunt down merchants and angels and explore. They weren't like trying to do delves. But I still had to do my Tuesday faction event after the update came out. And I went all the way to level 90 like I always do. So that was what, like, however many chances at a merchant or angel or daemon or genie? It was a lot of chances at them, and I didn't get any. So I'm pretty sure you can't get them during the events. Let's go ahead and cast this because we don't have anything else. I'll catch up in the chat here after this battle. Alright, come on. Knock them down. Alright, now we can cast this, right? Hey, why aren't you up? Let's go ahead and do this. I don't know why, that was just whatever. Noonday Shadow says, until recently, this game was mostly just my late-night drunk game. I've tried to play it better recently, and I've realized I've missed a lot. Yeah, it's easy to play this game wrong. It's kind of overwhelming at first. There's so much to do. And you could do the wrong things. You definitely can. It's not the type of game where they hold your hand. They almost want you to waste your time and, like, have to buy things. So they're not, like, really holding your hand. That's why you come to somebody like me and get advice. Delco says, what's Mythic Friday? It says the best time to get a troop is the first day it's released. Any truth to that? No. I mean, yeah, because it's the only Mythic in the drop table. I don't know why I said no so fast. Yeah, so a new Mythic comes out at the beginning of every month, but it's the only Mythic available, so it's like a catch-22 kind of. Like, if it's a good one, you're going to get it if you're going to get any Mythic. But if it's a bad one, it's the only one available for the whole week, and you can't get any other Mythics at all. So this new one looks decent. It does true damage to all enemies. It has a really cool third trait. It doesn't look like a top 10. It looks borderline. It might be. You know, I'm just seeing it on paper right now, so I'm not sure. But it looks pretty decent. Like a Mistralis, like maybe a slightly weaker Mistralis type of deal. But not exactly, because it doesn't have an extra turn. That's why it's slightly weaker. But yeah, you do have a better chance at getting the new Mythic when it's the only one in the drop table. Because if you're going to get any Mythics, you're going to get that one. But that's an intricacy of the game that some new players don't know about. When a new Mythic comes out, it's the only one available for an entire week. So if you throw your keys on Friday and get the new Mythic, you got to wait a whole week before you throw your keys again, because you're just going to keep getting that same new Mythic over and over and over. They explain it in the game, but it's like it's like just some text, and I don't know. If you don't read it, you're screwed. Supernova says, should I take 1 vault key or 2 tokens of Anu? Is that for an angel? I would say the tokens. It's more of a, like, guaranteed thing. 1 vault key could be like a green orb or something, or like some minor trait stones. If you want to play it safe, I'd take the tokens of Anu. I think it's easier to get a vault key than like 2 tokens of Anu, you know? Like, if you had to go get a vault key, there's a vault event coming in less than a week, and you can get it really quickly. But 2 tokens of Anu would probably take you a little bit longer. Sebastian says, I managed the 8 rewards on my both accounts in Tier 2. Wow, really? Because I didn't miss any Vow Ravens at all. Must be just the luck of the draw, then. We'll see if I end up having extra... I'm going to have some extra turns, but... I was pretty sure I needed that 3rd tier, so why not buy it when I know that, instead of waiting. Because I had 2 turns left. I had 2 turns left with 5 battles left. So I do those 2 turns. If I get a Vow Raven in those 2 turns, it gives me 2 more turns. So that's 4 turns when I need 5. And I'm not going to get another Vow Raven on top of that. There's no freaking way. I'm not going to get 2 Vow Ravens in 4 turns. I just know how it goes. Neither are great value, Supernova. You know, if they're angels, it's free, so that's what I was assuming. Bert is here. What up, Bert? Maka says maybe Vault Key. Yeah, Cinny, they are wasting our time. Yeah. Glorfindel with the gifted membership. Thank you so much. Will Dobson. Yo, Will Dobson. I haven't seen you in a while. Supernova was gifted by Trey. Thank you so much. We got 3 gifted memberships out today. It's awesome. Hey, Deputy Shite Shoveler. Haha, we forced Supernova to join up now. We got Tyrion and Supernova. That's funny. You got the Cinny Fever. So how do I use my new superpowers? You got emojis. You got like a diaper emoji for depends, because I say it depends so much in this game. Depends what level you are. It depends like what other mythics you got. It depends, it depends, it depends. So there's like the diaper emoji. Then you got the helicopter emoji for when you helicopter out of bed. and get the mythic on Friday without getting any advice from people. You just hurry up and do it because you're impatient. You helicopter out of bed. Waste all your keys on a crappy mythic on Friday. What's the other ones? Train. We got the train. That's just our little thing, like a subathon, chatathon, hype train type of deal. Like whenever people give super chats, super stickers, gifted memberships, we got the train. I think those are the most of the emojis. Clues the video game is one. So I was cracking up one time, like a couple years ago, about Clues the video game. We were trying to figure out what. I was trying to think of a game, and I'm like, it's like Clue. It's a murder mystery in like a mansion, and you get locked in. And you have to like figure out who's killing people. I forget who said it. Who was the one that came up with the Clues the video game? It was like either Beg or Glorfindel or somebody like that. One of the OGs. And I was like cracking up for like 5 minutes straight about Clues the video game. I don't know why. It's just one of them days where something like strikes you. Your funny bone. That's like some of the funniest things ever though. Even when it's like not even that funny, but it's just like for some reason that day that thing made you laugh so hard. That's some of the funniest things ever. It just strikes your funny bone. This is so ridiculous. That's the type of stuff that makes me laugh anyway. Just random, ridiculous, like, I don't know. Welcome to the choir, Supernova. Yeah, I think it was Beg, right? That was funny. Alright, I got it, so I don't know. I got 3 remaining turns, so maybe I could have got it, but it didn't feel like I would. It didn't feel like it. Let me take a look here. 4 class trials. So when I bought tier 3, I got 4 turns, right? And I had 2 turns left over. And then I had like 2 turns from another Valraven, I think. So I had like 8 turns. And then I used 5 of them, so that's why we have 3 left over. So that just tracks for me. Like, I don't think I would have got it done. Ah, that wasn't worth it. Freaking orange. Oh well, I got the title, I got the experience. It's fine. I got it done. You could keep going there too if you want to and get some more experience. Like, I got 3 turns left over. Like, it wouldn't be bad to keep going, but for the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and go do something else. I might go ahead and do this later, though. Just for the free experience. Well, let's grab all of our little crap that's annoying me with the exclamation points. Blinkies. Ooh, you got gems on the adventure board. Make sure you do that. Let's go do the dungeon real fast. King Mimic. Alright, screw this. I'm actually going to start playing my, I'm going to start playing my dungeon. I might not do it here, but I don't know why I'm like picking through all of them, because I'm going to play it later. But I'm going to start playing my dungeons again, because I'm nervous I'm not going to have jewels. I was doing, I think Darkstone, I was leveling it up, right? Right here. And, like, I needed jewels for something, and now I have barely any purple jewels. So I was like, dude, I need to keep doing the dungeon, because I'm running out of jewels now. That's one thing people don't think of when they're doing dungeon. They think of diamonds, 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 and they turn their shards immediately into diamonds. But sometimes the jewels are what you're going to need, especially early in the game, like for weapons. Like I was talking about Switch spoilers yesterday, and they got Rope Dart. They got Rope Dart coming next week, so if you're a person that doesn't get Rope Dart next week, you're doing something wrong. Or you're like level 25 or something. Because you should have those jewels. You should have shards that you can turn into whatever jewel. You should never switch your shards over to diamonds. I know it's like very tempting. I used to do it myself. But I think that's a mistake. You should not do that. I want everybody to not do that anymore. Never switch your shards here. Never switch them over to diamonds until you're ready, like you need them right now. You're going to make a mythic right now. It's another patience thing. Like right here, never do this. Never do this. There's no point. If they're diamonds, they're diamonds. You don't need to change them over. You can change them over at the last second and they're still diamonds. But now I could do this if I need these. I can do this if I need these. You know what I'm saying? They're more versatile if you don't change them over. Now maybe you're a super duper high level and you have like 80 million amethyst, but I'm just like, when you're leveling up your kingdoms, you need them for something here. Like, you see how deeds use jewels. Now, most of the time you're going to run out of writs before you run out of jewels, but I could see a situation where you would run out of jewels too. Like purple jewels right here. I could see myself running out of those. So never ever switch your shards over. Like, I used to do it all the time just to see how many diamonds I would have, but you don't need to do that. You can just move your decimal. You don't have to do it. You can just wait. Bert says, "Hi, Cinny. New to this, but enjoying a lot. Love your channel." Hey, appreciate that. Any questions you got, I'm the man to ask. I'm very beginner friendly. I'm friendly to every single platform, and I'm totally free to play. So you came to the right place. Glorfindel says, "Enjoy Bert. Chat can get a bit racy, but never oversteps the mark. Look out for the rants." Yeah, you gotta have thick skin to watch this channel. If you're a thin skin, you're probably gonna eventually one day get mad at me. So if you got the thick skin though, like Beg for Mercy, Glorfindel, Trey, you know, Supernova, the people that have been around a long time, they have thick skin, and I know it because they're still here. Most people don't last a year. Supernova says, "Oh, okay, I found it. I have to hit the little face on left button of my screen." Yeah, that's where they're at. Beg for Mercy, we were just talking about you, about the clues, the video game. I think you came up with that, right? Supernova says, "What's the green emoji in your list?" I don't know. Let's see. Can I do an emoji? The green emoji. Oh, it's just Cinny, you're doomed. I have some, like, generic ones. They're just Gems of War themed. The ones that aren't generic are, like, the helicopter, the Depends, diaper, the train, the poop, the clues, the video game. The other ones are just, like, generic, like, Gems of War themed. They kind of say what they are. Like, Cinny Big Brain, Cinny Queen, Center Queen, like, Center Robot, Center Close Call, Center Servant. I don't know. Some of those are just like the first ones I did, and I never made new ones. Oh, I forgot to like my own stream. Hey, let's get this snowball rolling. Make sure y'all hit the like so we can get it going here. All right, let's go get our crowns, and we will look for merchants and angels now. So K-Zeal. That's where I just have like the least trait stones. I have the least pure brown trait stones, so that's why I'm picking K-Zeal. You don't have to pick K-Zeal. I'm going to use Rowan so I can level up my Spirit Walker. You don't have to use Black Manacles. You can use whatever weapon you want as long as it's not blue or green. The rest of the team, though, is pretty locked in. Unless you're a really low-level player, then you might use, like, Golden Cog or Clockwork Sphinx or something. But let's get going. Let's see how many angels and merchants we can get today. I'm not looking to spend, like, a ton of gems, so I'm hoping more for angels. But if I get a good deal for gold on merchants, I'll be happy. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Gold, merchant, gold deals, and angels. I need to do the, set an alarm and take my tribute all week thing. I need to do that this upcoming week. Because we're going to end up having a new faction. Luckily, we have a vault event in between. That's kind of nice. They're, like, sinking a bunch of our gems, but they're also giving us vault events, so... For once, they're being nice to us and kind of giving us what we need. Because the class event was a gem sink. Guild Wars is always kind of like a slight gem sink. And then we got the new faction coming, which is a gem sync. The merchants are a gem sync. So they're really syncing our gems right now, but they're giving us vault events. So that helps out. Let's get rid of that. Rowan. Alright, so we're hoping for merchants and angels now. Got the class event done. Hoping for crowns. You know one thing I noticed? I don't know if this is true or not. Like, I'm pretty sure the faction event thing is true. Like, there's no merchants or angels or genies or daemons during a faction event. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm not 100% on that, but that's what I've seen so far, and I've also seen people say it on the forums. But I also think that when you still have crowns to get, that you get less merchants, angels, genies, and daemons. Until you get your 10 crowns for the day, I feel like you get less merchants, angels, genies, and daemons. Moving the mic away from my mouth a little bit. I feel like I'm screaming. Sorry. It's a good thing, though. That means I'm hype. But yeah, like, just watching other people play, like, I've seen the same thing. Like, you kind of go dry for the first... Like, when you're first trying to get going, I feel like it takes a while. And maybe that's the crowns. Maybe once you get all 10 crowns, that's when you start getting all the merchants and angels. Just what? Let's just see if it tracks. Like, usually when I say something like that, I'll immediately get a merchant and angel and be proven wrong. So either way, I win. But that's what I'm... That's like my theory. That's like my theory right now. If you still have to get crowns for the day, you get less wandering merchants. What does everybody think about that? And what do you think about the faction event and not getting wandering merchants during it? Neither thing is confirmed. Nobody knows for sure, right? So right now it's just theories, but like the faction event one, I'm pretty sure because I played the whole freaking thing and didn't get anything. And I'm not talking about playing the underworld, just your 3 turns a day thing. I'm talking about like on a Tuesday. Or on a weekend. An event. We got our first crown there, I think. So once we get all these crowns out of the way, I'm pretty sure we're going to start getting wandering merchants. Whoops, I have a typo in my title. Nobody told me. Let me fix that real quick. Looks like it says ass farming. Alright. No longer says ass farming. I do that when I'm not playing the game. Alright, let's go. Let's get these crowns. That way we can start getting some wandering merchants. I swear that's how it works. Gotta jump back in the chat. Okay, why does my chat look stupid? Oh yeah, I clicked on a emoji. I hate when I do that. How do I get out of there? I always forget. Let me just type something. Maybe that'll fix it. Nope. I always forget how to get out of this emoji screen. Hide chat? No, that doesn't work. Show chat. Oh, that worked. Hide it, then show it. That's probably the stupid Neanderthal way to do it, but it worked. I like doing stuff the stupid Neanderthal way. As long as it works, it works. What's going on, Allie and Tom and Danielle and Sir Michael? Beg said, what did I walk into? Beg said, y'all summoned me. Yes, I can. Up with clues the video game. John Fitzpatrick, what up, brother? Tom and Danielle, Sir Michael. Welcome to the choir. Yeah, thank you so much, Allie. We've had like 4 gifted memberships today. That's awesome. We're trying to like sniff out the lurkers today. I love it. Supernova says this po' boy only talks to angels. Man, I'm about the same. Maka says I did not have all crowns and met merchants angels, so not necessary after 10 crowns. Yeah, I'm not saying like it's 100% fact. I'm just saying like it's a theory that you get less wandering merchants when you still need to get crowns. That's my theory. Glorfindel says, in the words of the great Errol Brown, we are all back to being sexy things. Oh yeah, baby. Yep, the sexy 60 for sure. Because we were that before today. We were 61, I think, before today. We dropped down to 59 like a couple days ago. And then we got back up to 61, I think, on like Wednesday. And then now we're probably like 65 or something crazy. Probably the most we've ever had. Really appreciate it. Most members we've ever had. Right now. I think. If we get over like 65, I'm pretty sure at least ties it. I can't remember exactly, but I think the most I've ever seen is like 62, 63, 64, like low 60s. I keep missing extra turns, but I don't really care. So I still haven't got a merchant. Beg says, is 250 diamonds or Imperial Deed worth it? I mean, oh, 4? You mean gems? 250 gems for an Imperial Deed? It depends how bad you need Imperial Deeds, I guess. Or actually, I would buy it, I think. That's like my roadblock right now. If there's a thing that I need, like it's stopping me from getting my next level in a kingdom, then I pretty much buy it a lot of the time. Imperials you need... Imperial Deeds you need pretty bad. It's not like you have like a gigantic stack of them. I guess it depends how many gems you got. That'd probably be the right answer. Lord Augustin says, got some merchants and angels while did crowns today. Hey, me too, so never mind. But I just... was a theory. I feel like you get less of them while you still have crowns to get. Watch them like pop off after we get all 10 crowns. I promise you. The merchant, would you like to purchase one of my wares? I can either get 10 blue pet food for 2,500 gold, or 3 celestial trait stones for 60. I wish you could look up, like, can you see how many you've got? Oh, no. I wish I could see how many celestial trait stones I have. I don't think I'm going to buy either one of these. Maybe just the blue pet food, because it's just gold. I think some people should buy the celestials. But I don't think I need them that bad. And I'm just gonna like get the pet food just to get something. I don't really need it either. So I'm not saying like blue pet food was better there. I just... depends emoji there. Like I got a lot of gold. I probably would have got the celestial trait stones like a year ago for sure. But I'm just like, I don't have a lot of gems right now. If I had 10,000 gems, I would have bought that. But I only have like 3,000. So I'm very stingy with my gems right now. Hey, I mean, hey, I was wrong. Never mind. It doesn't matter if you got crowns left over. I got 2 in a row there, so whatever. That's one of them situations where I'm wrong, but I'm getting merchants, so I win either way. It's good to be wrong. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be wrong, because then I get merchants. Can't lose in that situation. But the other thing I was talking about the factions, the faction events. Like, somebody tell me that you got a merchant or angel during a faction event. That'll be more surprising. Glorfindel. Working that algorithm. That's probably the backwards way to work it. That's more like to not get shared out. Saying that. I probably shouldn't have said it twice in a row like that. Beg says, I am messed up 250 gems for Imperial Deed. Yeah, I guess it depends, man. That's a depender. Vampire CJ says, hello, Sinnycool. I've been watching your videos since I started playing on January 8th of this year. I am now level 682. Nice job, Vampire. Nice job, CJ. And good to see ya. Good to meet ya. Sebastian says, the only thing sure about Angel Merchant and other not come during GAP. Yeah, that's for sure. Bert says, so being fairly new, my gems are limited. Is there anything I should buy from Merchant, or just keep saving? Bert, you probably have like more important things to do than be farming for Merchants and Angels, I would say. Like, definitely go around and get all your Kingdom quests done. Definitely, like, go check out my new account playthrough. Like, I go over, like, all that stuff there. I've started new accounts, like, twice, just so I can help beginners out. But, you said you're fairly new. So you should probably concentrate on, like, all the quests, getting all the classes open, getting your mastery right, getting those mastery weapons, getting your first 5 teams. Go check out that video. So, like, your Goblin team, and then your Rowan team, and then, like, your Guardians, your Gobtruffle team. Get all those, like, squared away. I don't think I'd be spending any kind of gems on any kind of merchants as a very low-level player. Unless it's, like, a very specific thing. Like, if you get, like, a token, like a Nisha token, like, that would be amazing. Any kind of, like, tokens would probably be great for you right now. I'm trying to think of stuff that would help, like, a beginner, like, a really, like, what would be worth it as a beginner? Because, like, you know, as a beginner, you probably only have, like, 1,000 gems or something, or less. Maybe 2,000. So they're very precious to you. So I'm thinking, like, tokens, like Anu, and, like, if you don't have an Anu medal yet, if you don't have all 3 guard medals yet, like, Nishas and Anus. Just stuff that you really, really need that you can't get otherwise. Like, definitely don't, I don't know. I'll try to think about it as I get offers here. Like, what a beginner should do. Daniel says, good. Hey, what up, Daniel? Glorfindel says, Gems of War, Knockers of War, Gemma Jameson, educational purposes, super amazing, legendary, CJ says, I am running a double Todd and double Persistence with a Rat banner, and it has been helping getting all the challenges done for the Kingdoms. That's a good team. You should probably use your, CJ, you should probably use your hero and equip a Spirit Walker. That way you can get some class experience. So I would take off one of the Persistence, and I would put on your hero with, like, I don't know. If you're a beginner, I don't know if you have Lupine's Edge. But Lupine's Edge is a good weapon for that team. You could probably use, like, a Boreal Crystal or something like that if you got it. If you don't, just go with, like, Mountain Crusher, because Todd Greenwood uses Brown, so that would help out. But definitely equip your hero so you can be getting that class experience and working towards that class weapon. So I would take off one of those Persistence, and I would put on your hero with Spirit Walker class equipped. And then, like, Mountain Crusher, if you don't have Lupine's Edge. I don't know why I was matching yellow there. Guess to get gold. Glorf says, Bert, the keys are decent value, and all can be gotten with gold. John says, I gone back to playing Dark Souls 3. I'm giving it another try. Eventually got past the first boss this time and have got further in. That's nice, John. John, did you ever beat Elden Ring? I know you're playing that. And I got videos on Dark Souls 3 if you need them. I beat Dark Souls 3 on the channel. It's all recorded. I got Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. I got Bloodborne. I got Sekiro. I'm playing Elden Ring right now. I got Final Fantasy VII Remake. I got lots of other stuff on the channel. I play EverQuest. It's mostly Gems of War, though, honestly. It's like 75% Gems of War, probably more. It's probably 90% Gems of War. That's cool, though, John. You got good taste in games. Supernova says, I seen Lester at Mardi Gras, the crew of 69. That's funny. Lord says food, definitely. I must be way behind. Let me catch up in the chat. Beg says, Maka Felix, congrats on getting the gifted membership. Bert says, yeah, I've only got 1,000 gems. Well, then you should probably be very stingy with them and only buy, like, Nisha tokens or something. Sebastian says, I got 2x 3 Nisha token for 500 gems. It's very expensive for a new player. That's true, that's true. Yeah, maybe don't do it. It's so tempting, though, because it's going to be so hard to get a Nisha as a beginner. I had so many gems as a beginner. You guys remember that? My level, like, 250. I was level 250, and I had, like, 6,000 gems. So I think on my new account, I would buy a Nisha, some Nisha tokens. Because just having a Nisha badge would be so helpful on a brand new account. Yeah, maybe check out my new account, Bert, because I had like 6,000 gems at level like 200. And I'm totally free to play. Sebastian says I got, yeah. John says gem glory and event keys is a good thing to try and get. Bert says Glorfindel, I'll do that, money not a problem. Beg says I think anything the merchant has for gems will show up free in the Angel. You just have less chance for them. I've had 6 Imperial Deeds, Sacred Treasure from Angel, also 2 Anu tokens. Trey's asking about an EQ P99 stream. In March. Which, you know me, that probably means like the end of March, but I said I would do it before March is over. Glorfindel says, yeah, in theory you could get a mythic off a gem key for 3,000-ish gold. Ali says, I started getting the Nisha after using the Gob Truffle team. John says, no, I haven't finished Elden Ring yet. Yeah, I've watched all your Souls videos a while back. I will have another watch to help. It will also help your channel. For sure, man. Any time you guys watch those old videos, like, it helps. Because a lot of those old ones are really long, and that's what's king on YouTube. Like, I could put out a 4 or 5 minute video that gets like thousands of views, and it, to the outside person, like the person looking in at my channel, it looks like amazing, like, wow, you got thousands of views on that video. But YouTube really doesn't like that. They don't like when you have like a short video. They want you to have like long videos where people are like, it's watch time. Like, watch time is king. So it looks like if you make like a short video and get like thousands of views that, you know, like that's what you'd want to do, but really it's not. You don't make very much off of those, like the views, the time, the watch time you get, even if they watch like the entire video, the watch time's only like 4 minutes. And that's what YouTube wants. They want like 15, 20, 30 minutes of watch time, not like 4 minutes. That seems to be what everybody wants these days, like short and sweet, get to the point. Or else they'll make fun of you for repeating yourself. You know how many times I've been made people say that in the comments? Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know that already. After 6 years that I repeat myself a lot, like, I already know. It's just not gonna change, I guess. I'm stuck in my ways. It's not gonna change now. If y'all want to hire me an editor, then maybe that's when it would change. I would say, take out every time that I repeat myself, please. And then the video would be 2 minutes long. 'Cause that's most of what I do. I say one idea, and then I repeat it a bunch. But yeah, Trey, I don't know if I'm going to play today or not. I'll let you know. I feel like I have a busy day ahead of me, and I don't know if I have time today, but I'm definitely going to put out the video that we did last week today. And that's like part of the busy day that I have. I got to put that video out for EverQuest. So at least we'll have that. We can put that out. The right courtyard, Casey. I had to record the audio. Took me like an hour and a half last night, staying up late, recording it. It was pretty cool, though. We gotta get a faceless one in there so he can start looting for us. I feel like that's the one problem we're having with our KC and our City of Mist stuff. Like, we're not getting any loot. Yeah, let's just skip this. Let's just skip today. We'll do like, man, we'll do next weekend. I just kind of like feel like got a ton to do today. I don't even know exactly, it just feels like that. Need to sync our schedules, right? Here we go, what do we got? The genie. Alright, see ya, genie. No one cares. We'll get back on it next weekend, maybe. The thing is, like, when I do a live stream, I think that's the problem. Whenever if I do a live stream on Sunday, then it feels like the day just gets out of control, like, it's over before I know it, because right now, this is going to be like a 2-hour live stream, probably. There goes 2 hours of my day. I started at 10:30. When I get off live stream, I'm, like, going to eat lunch. And then, like, after that, just the day goes crazy fast. And I've got like a million things to do. So maybe next weekend I'll live stream on Saturday. That way I don't feel like that, and then we can play on Sunday. Sometimes like live streaming on Sunday just works out better for me some weekends. You know, if I had my way, I would put out my spoiler video on Sunday and live stream on Saturday. But I don't have my way right now. So I have to at least do spoilers on, some weekends I can put out spoilers on Friday. I like that. But that means we have like a vault event or an arena or something that doesn't need coverage, really. Kind of wraps back around to what we were talking about earlier. Like the vault event, you can't make a video about the vault event. If you've been playing this game for 6 years straight, you just can't make a video about the vault event every time there's a vault event because there's not that much to talk about. Like, I've already made videos on, like, almost everything you can say about a vault event. Luckily, there's a new mythic. So I can make a video on that next weekend. Because I would be scrambling. If I had to do a vault event video, I wouldn't even know what to do because I've done it all. That's kind of like the perk of being a newer channel. Like, you've only been around for a year or two. You still have, like, all these things you haven't done yet. So there's all these ideas you could still do, and it would be new to you. After being on YouTube for 6 years, I've done, like, everything. So even if you haven't seen me do it, like, I know I've done it. So it feels like I'm doing something that I've already done before. If I keep redoing things. Like, the faction events are starting to feel really repetitive to me. Like, the Tuesday team videos that I do. Some of them, like, we just had this. We just had Fire Rift, or we just had Obsidian Depths, or whatever. Like, sometimes they're back to back to back, the same one. And it's like, do I really make a video again on this? Like, it's just, I don't know. Vault events, arena events, now starting, like, with the faction events. I'm starting to feel like it's the same thing over and over and over. 'Cause the restriction's always the same on, like, the faction events. Like, we get new troops here and there. Like, now, 2 years ago, I wasn't using Chalcedony or Secra, but that's, like, the only thing that's really changed. Hiram Hawk is here. Sir Michael says, good morning, Cinny and fellow sinners. Joined late, was watching the spoilers for the next week. Been lurking mode for a bit. Appreciate it, man. Lurking mode is pretty much as good as not lurking mode, you know? Like, I heard from Roman B the other day, and I was like, hey, you're alive. But I already knew that because I've seen him other places. And Kimmy, too. Like, Kimmy 500. Just knowing some of y'all are alive is all I want sometimes. So how am I supposed to know? There's like 500 of you and there's one of me. You guys know I'm alive. I'm still putting out videos. But if you disappear for months at a time, like, then I start to think, is this person still alive? I don't know. Check in with me every once in a while. Just come say hi on the live stream. That's all you gotta do. Hiram Hawk. Bert says, I have done Cinny, watched him several times. It's good stuff. Got him saved. We'll definitely watch him again. Yeah, that's pretty much the strategy there with the, because like I said, the only thing I have is my wisdom and knowledge from playing the game. I don't buy anything with real money or... So you can do exactly what I'm doing on those videos. If you just follow my instructions to the T on those new account playthroughs, you will have 6,000 gems too. The problem most likely is you probably haven't gotten to a good guild yet, maybe. That's what I'm gonna guess. Because it's really important. Getting into a good guild is super important. And sometimes you'll get into like a kind of good guild and you kind of stay there just because you think you get kind of complacent maybe. You gotta keep going till you get into like a perfect guild for your like level. You almost want to join a guild that's almost too high level for you, like almost, but not quite. And then like fight your way. I think that's the strat really. As a newer player, you want to get into a guild that's slightly too high level for you, honestly. Because then that'll spur you, that'll motivate you to like want to stay in it and prove them wrong and stuff. Like, if you're level, let's say you're level 250, and everybody else in the guild is like level 750 and up. They're looking at you sideways for sure. You're the sore thumb, and you got to prove yourself. So use that as motivation, like, all right, I'm not getting kicked out of this guild. I'm going to give this much gold every week. I'm going to get this many trophies. I'm going to get my 2,000 seals. I'm going to do every event. Like, it motivates you to play, like, good and right. I would say that's the way to go, like, if you're willing to do that. If you're not willing to do that, then, you know, just get into a nice, comfortable guild. But just know that you're going to get less gems and less, like, mythics and stuff like that. I think the strat early game is to join a guild that's slightly too high level for you, and then let it motivate you. See how long you can stay in it. And if you get kicked out, you just move on. You don't get mad. I mean, if you were them, you would probably kick you out too, right? It's no big deal. If they kick you out, don't get mad. Go find another one. Like, immediately. Be like a duck. Water off its back. Oh well, I was too low level for this guild anyway. I need to go find a different guild. I think that's definitely the early game strat these days. Don't be a leech though. Don't be trying to like get free stuff and like just definitely like see if you can cut it. Sir Michael says thanks for the gifted membership. Thanks, Ali, for the gifted membership. Yeah, thank you, Ali. You're playing Mafia, Trey? Is that like, Mafia? That makes me think of, like, Godfather for some reason. I remember there was a game like Mafia on, like, an older system. Glorf says, poor old Shabanu is still not feeling the love off of anybody. Yeah, I never really liked her. And I still don't like her as the genie. Some people really like Shabanu Vespera, though. It's kind of like how I like Sycorax, or I like Flaming Oni. I feel like some people, that's their, like, Shabana Vespera. I can see it. Some people like Suna, some people like Shabana Vespera. There's these, like, mythics that are, like, outside the top 10, but they're also, like, top 25-ish. That some people just fall in love with, and then they kind of, like, are a little bit biased. Maybe it was their first mythic or something. You know how it goes. You kind of like your first mythic more than other ones. You try to make it good just because it's your first one. Worldbreaker is awesome. He hits all enemies. He blows up the whole board. Worldbreaker's the best. You know? He used to be pretty good. Ubastet is the man. Like Ubastet. Which is pretty good. If you use it with Rope Dart, it's decent. It's kind of like a Scorpius or your Rally. Like, it's that. Ubastet is like Scorpius, but like slightly not as good. So if Ubastet's your favorite mythic, you just like it because it was like your first mythic or something. But it is like a top 25. It's not bad. It's like a Shabanu. It's like a Sycorax. It's like a Flaming Oni. It's the same way you get stuck in a guild. You get stuck on a mythic because it was your first one. Alright, did I get my crowns yet? I think I need, like, what, one more here? Somebody put this in the comments, watch. And it was very helpful to me. So if you try to go to your crowns menu, all you do is hit up from guild or games. I don't know why, like, it was amazing to me. I didn't bang, you know? I don't know why I never tried that. It's so simple and stupid, but I bet you somebody out there is gonna, like, be happy that I showed that and said something. It's just like how you go straight down to the underworld if you want to see what the associated faction is. Like, these menus are more like, they're better than you think they are. Like, if I want to see what K-Zeal's associated faction is, you're on K-Zeal, then you hit Kristara, it takes you down, and it should be the associated faction, like, right in the middle of the screen. So, like, I think it's Emperor Nezara, right? Maybe. We'd have to look it up. I'm trying to prove a point here. Yep, K-Zeal. So it's like straight under it in the underworld. So now if I go back up, we should be on K-Zeal. Right there, see? So if you want to know like what the associated faction is, Leonis Empire. It's one of the ones right in the middle. Maybe City of Thieves. I can't remember like all the associated factions right now. Yep, Leonis Empire. And then the same thing with like the guild and the games. You go straight up from guild, you go to your crowns. If you go straight up from games, if you just hit up, you go to your crowns. If you go straight up from underworld, it takes you to your medals. So if you're on right here in the middle on underworld, you can just go straight up. This is probably more of a PS4 Xbox problem. Because on PC mobile, you can just like use your mouse or your finger. This is more of like a PC or a PlayStation Xbox thing that I'm doing right now. But I'd always like go all the way over here looking for my crowns, and like it would take a second to find them. But anyway, I need one more crown here. Let's go back to K-Zeal. For no reason, you can do whatever kingdom you want, wherever you need trait stones, wherever it's easiest. Kimmy 500. That's when you put the center queen emoji out. Whenever you see like Kimmy or somebody like that. That's what that one's for. Yeah, you're alive. CJ says, I went ahead and made a second team with double Todd and persistence with my hero, and now it's kind of slower due to persistence only giving 4 stats instead of... Yeah, that's true, CJ, but you're getting class experience for your Spirit Walker, and I think that's more important than going fast. Like, one day you're going to have to level up your Spirit Walker, and that's going to take time. So the extra time it's taking to use your hero with Spirit Walker right now, you're gaining that class experience right now instead of later. Like, you're really not slowing yourself down, honestly. You're going to have to do that at some point. So you might as well do it now while it fits into your team nicely. Because it's a war gear too, so your hero is getting more stats as well. And you could take off one of the Todd. You could go ahead and go, how about Todd Greenwood? You know, maybe your hero, persistence. Because you really don't need 2 Todd Greenwoods if he's looping properly. Like, the second Todd Greenwood is nice because sometimes he doesn't loop all the way and you need that second one. But if you want to go ahead and keep all those stats, then go ahead and, instead of taking off a persistence, take off the second Todd Greenwood. So then it's Todd Greenwood, hero, persistence. I think that's my low-level team anyway. If you go watch my, my Journey team video, I think that was my team. Or no, I didn't have any hero because we didn't have the class yet, but... I remember saying on the video, once we get the class, make sure you use it. Right, everybody? Wouldn't you tell somebody to use the class during the Journey event right now? That's what everybody was saying in my comments. So, I want some backup on that right now. Help me out with CJ here. Tell him to use the class with his team. Let me catch up in the chat, y'all. Sorry. John says you mentioned Kimmy and she appears. Yep. Like a demon. John, are you still singing? Yeah, are you still singing, bro? Kimmy said, I was lurking but have bad internet outside. Beg says Cinny knows about getting kicked out. I have some good... Yeah. I've been kicked out of like 3 guilds. You're not a fan of Skull Troops. They tend to backfire on me. Glorfindel says, so Cinny, did you ever get kicked from a guild? What did that feel like? Did you feel hard done by? Just asking for a friend. Yeah, but I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't know. It was kind of different because it was a high-level guild. It wasn't a low-level guild. And I did get kicked from low-level guilds, and I let it roll off my back. Like, I used it for video, of course. Like, you know how it goes. The high-level guild made me mad because there was no good reason. The low-level guild, I let it roll off my back like I should, but I also made a video and kind of got a little bit dramatic about it because it makes for good views. I've been in both situations where I didn't deserve it at all and where I did deserve it. Because I was super low level, like I understand. The one time it made me mad when I was low level and I deserved it was because it was a friend who said they would never kick me out. And then they totally disappeared off the face of the earth after that. Like, they got mad. They painted my house. Mr. BT painted my house polka dots, and then he got mad when I didn't like it. All he had to do was tell me that, hey, bro, I'm going to kick you out of the guild because you're not playing anymore. And I'd be like, okay, that sounds good because I'm not playing anymore. Like, a nice little friendly, like, message would have been all it would have took. Instead, they disappear forever after they kick me out. You don't have to do that. It's the same like if you need to stop your membership. That doesn't mean you have to get mad at me and come up with a reason to get mad at me and then, like, leave forever. Like, I totally understand. Like, I don't expect anybody to be a member forever. So just know you don't have to make up a weird reason to be mad at me just to stop your membership. You can just stop it at any time and we will move on like nothing ever happened and you'll still be my friend and everything. So it's kind of the same deal with that guild and that guild leader who invited me to their guild and then kicked me out without even saying anything. And then disappearing forever. Like, you don't have to do all that. Don't get so dramatic and extra. I feel like some people feel like they have to get mad at me before they, like, stop being a member or they stop watching or they kick me out of a guild or something. You don't have to get mad at me. We can just still be friends and it'll be way better. There's people here right now who did it the right way and they're still here. And we're still friends. Beg says, I love the mythic Gemma. John says, I have moved up to carnivores in my guild, Epic House Cats, this week. It's a more active guild. Yeah, that's cool when you have like a network of guilds and you can move up to a higher level guild. That's almost the best way to go. If you can join a guild that has a whole network of higher level guilds that you can like keep moving up and moving up and moving up, that's probably the ideal way to play. Because you know eventually you're going to be in the highest level guild and you have like a goal. And you know exactly what you have to do to get to that next guild. They probably tell you, like, these are the requirements. You have to be this level, you have to do this much gold, and you know exactly what you gotta, your target is. Allie says, that was me. I stumbled on it. Stroganrog says, Scorpius team is good for explorer runs and Volpakia. That's true. Allie says, I am not drunk. My keyboard is out of alignment with my fingers. CJ says, unless you're using a controller on PC. Yep. And that's a good way to play, I think. Controller and mouse. I think you can use both, and, like, that's the meta. On some, like, game modes, like maybe Explorer or something like that. The Professor with the 5, you're a freaking legend. The Professor, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro. The Professor. Shout out to the Professor. Thank you so much. That Sinnycool Aid is 40 proof. Tom says my guild still has room also. Supernova says, can we get a # alive emoji? That'd be a good one. That way you can just come in, hit the emoji, and go back to lurking. You don't have to think of something to say. Because that's all I want, really. I don't need you, like, worrying about, like, oh, I haven't been to this live stream. I haven't said anything in 2 years. Like, I don't know what to say. Doesn't matter. Just hit an emoji, just so I know you're alive. We'll have to make an alive emoji. My emoji maker is kind of out of commission right now. I really need to check on her. I haven't checked on old Elgin's toy in a while. Should probably go do that. That was my emoji maker. So I get frustrated when... I know it's not like super hard to make an emoji, but sometimes you like get the perfect picture and you really want that to be an emoji, and then it just isn't in the right format or something, and it gets so annoying. So I like have somebody else do it for me, so I don't have to worry about it. She made like the train, the depends, all those. I haven't seen her since the chatathon, which is pretty crazy. It's a long time. Not even in Discord. I was just thinking about that the other day. Sometimes I get people mad though, and they like, you know, that's like I was talking about earlier. I don't know. I thought she had thick skin though. Maybe she just don't play anymore. Some people get all, this is the thing. That's why I tell y'all to play this game a certain way. You want to kind of like make sure you always have something to do. You don't want to like, this isn't the type of game where you rush around and play for 10 hours a day. This is like a daily for an hour or two type of game. If you really want to like have fun with it, I feel. If you grind your face off for 10 hours a day for the first like 3 months you play it, you're only going to survive like 6 months playing this game. Which might be like I mean, we might all be here like worse off. We might all be like addicted to this game and we could be playing something else. But I've seen people go super hard for the first 6 months and then they never play again. They're gone. They disappear. Just don't burn yourself out. So that's what's happening. If you play 6 hours a day, you're gonna burn yourself out. Unless you're like some crazy like Tyrion or Beg or something. They've been playing for 10 hours a day since they were born. Alright, let me catch up. I think I'm way behind again. I'm sorry. Alright, so Bert says I started playing just before Christmas on Journey event. I'm top of guild board with 17,000 miles. 10 people didn't bother. Should I leave this guild? Bear in mind I'm a fairly new player, so I'm not that good. Yeah, it's kind of like... If only... That means 20 people did something, so I would keep that in mind. It's like, do you think you can find a guild where there's more than 20 people doing things? So that is definitely an indicator of like what kind of guild you're in for sure. Like how many people are participating in events, how many people are giving gold to the tasks. Are you getting to 40,000 seals and stuff like that? Are you getting all the events done? Like I've made a video on this before if you want to check it out. You probably already have, but like how to know if you're in a good guild. I think I made that video. And it just depends where you're at in the game. Like if 20 people are participating and you're level like 500 or whatever, that might be okay for now. And maybe you just stay there until you get a little bit higher level and then you go find a guild where everybody's doing something. But it's up to you and like how you feel about that, I guess. Because like I was in guilds when I was level like 250 where only like 15 people were doing stuff. So having 20 people doing things is decent in events. Definitely not ideal, but like you said, you're lower level, so just how you feel about it. Your effort based on their effort. You always want the efforts to be equal. Like, do you feel like enough people are doing things to, like, are you said you're in first, so you probably feel a type of way. Like everybody else isn't giving as much effort as you. If you continue to feel like that, you might want to look for a different guild. But it sounds like one that's not too bad, that you probably, it's not like you should immediately be looking for a new guild because they're terrible. But you should always be looking for a better guild, that's for sure. Sounds like you're like a blessing to that guild, honestly. Like they're probably happy to have you. Ali says, I am using the class. Supernova says, having 2 persistence, my magic goes through the roof. Funkytown says, I used the new hero class persistence. Todd, Doomed Glaive, and Wolf Garrick finished my first 20k run. Nice job, Funkytown. Funkytown got that achievement. Ali says, I'm using the class on my non-event team for farming angels. Supernova says, I use many different green weapons, and the Fire Ruby Staff seems like a great scattered damage. Supernova says, I need Wolf Garrick. Sebastian says, I used Wolf Garrick, main account, persistence. Todd Greenwood, Trickster Shot as Spirit Walker, Persistence. Wolf Garrick is more sure for the 100% Devour when you kill. Yeah, that was the team I suggested, right? Like Todd, Wolf Garrick, Persistence or something like that. Because the Devour, like, it doesn't matter how high their stats get. All you have to do is knock one of them down, and then Wolf Garrick to kill, and then you get that Devour. And you only really have to kill 2 things. So you're G.I. Joe in it. It's half the battle. The professor says, me too. Blew 1k event keys last time Wolf was there and no luck. And Wolf Garrick really isn't that great. He just happens to be good sometimes in certain events. He's more of like a above average mythic. Like Ubestead is a perfect example of something that's better than... It's like a actually good Wolf Garrick. So if you didn't have a Ubestead and you didn't have Wolf Garrick, like Ubestead would be the one you would want, not Wolf Garrick. John got all his dragons. He just needs to get Diamantina. You're now building up Dragonite to get it, but I'm not spend 300 gems a day just to get it. I will get it eventually. That's a great mindset. I think everybody should be like that. Have patience. The difference between Diamantina and Phoenicia isn't like so crazy that you got to do it immediately. Like, you'll get it one day. 2 Diamantinas is awesome, I'm sure, but we'll all get it one day. There's no rush. And you're going to waste a bunch of gems rushing around, and then you're going to have no gems, and then you're going to spend real money, and like, that's how it goes. That's what they want you to do. That's the thing, like, when I preach patience, it's because I know that the developers want you to be the exact opposite of that. So anytime you're not practicing patience, you're doing exactly what the developers want you to do. You're being manipulated. I'm just trying to help you. I'm not manipulating you by telling you to be patient. The developers are manipulating you into spending money. So don't be tricked and manipulated. If you're buying Dragonite every day, you're doing exactly what the developers want you to do. You're being tricked and manipulated. So, don't do that. Have patience. Just to get just to have Diamantina and say, yay, I got Diamantina, like, it's not worth real money to get a digital, like, pixels on a screen. CJ says, I'm so mad at you, Cinny, because you're a higher level than me. Well, a lot of people are higher level than me because I don't have Death Knight armor, so one day you might be higher level than me. Just hang in there. It doesn't take too much to be higher level than me one day. Just buy the right things that you're supposed to buy. Alright, we got it. That's all my crowns, so now I'm hoping I'll see more genies and merchants. I know that's not how it works, but that's my headcanon now. Stop it. I'll do the adventure board off stream. I'll do my dungeon off stream. I'll probably finish my class event sigils off stream. I don't think that's very interesting to be doing on stream right now. We want the merchants and angels. We want some we want to decide what's the better deal. Let's make a deal. Professor says, later, Gators got a boogie. All right, Professor, thanks again, man. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for your time today. Sebastian said I managed level 30, 35 on my main account and over 250 battles on both. Very good for a opening weekend. Yeah, that's good. Supernova says, this is how I put people out without hurting them. I love you, but you gotta go. Like my grown children. John says, yes, I'm still singing. I did a golden wedding anniversary party Friday and a 60th birthday last night. Hell yeah, John. Keep it up, man. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up right now. Supernova said it would be cool if we could make a lurker emoji. So we need a lurker and we need a I'm alive. I'll try to remember that, but I like to forget stuff. Maka says true. Supernova says, you know what we look like playing this game to someone who doesn't play? Like addicts. That's what we look like. Glorf says, say something nice, Christian. Yeah. Allie says, I'm crazy. Been playing 10 a day since I started. I like grinding. Yeah, I mean, if you like grinding, then this is the game for you. And Supernova says, it looks like you do the exact same thing no matter the mode you're in. Chill out, Christian, says Chad. John says, I think Elgin is busy with work at the moment. Yeah. Glorf says, last I heard, Elgin's was bombed out with the work thing. Sure, she is cool. She has thicker skin than most. You guys are deciding who's gonna get Christian today. That's what's fun about being a mod. At least there's stuff to do. CJ says, OMG, I finally pulled a forest troll right now out of the guild chest. There you go, dude. You're on the right track, CJ. I like that. Funky Town says, make sure to look for troops who can't be devoured first. Right. Trey got him. Glurf says, taxi for Christian is on the way. Chad says, thanks, Trey. I was going to wait until it was one after the other. Supernova says, I've opened all of my vault keys 1K, and now I'm not pet blocked anymore. Yay, thank goodness for the pet orbs. I know, I got some good orbs, too. Like, I'm surprised. I got, like, multiple big bad glory orbs, and I got, like, a big bad pet orb, and I need to open all of mine before the vault event. I would definitely recommend everybody does that. Your vault keys. Before the next vault event, which is next Friday, open most of your vault keys. That'll give you more motivation to go hard. And I heard Big Mr. T, I heard him say that Adana rework is coming, so we might want to go hard with our Ironhawks just in case. Big Ice T. He said, Ice T said we should use our Ironhawks real hardcore, because we might be getting a Adana rework, and maybe they'll screw up the Ironhawks, so take Ice-T's advice, y'all, and go hard on the next couple vault events. CJ says, I only said I was mad at you because I had to come up with that weird reason. Oh yeah, so you could leave? Right? You said a thing, I'm mad. I'm also gonna stop my membership. And it's not a coincidence. I've just seen it multiple times. You don't have to get mad. I totally understand. It would make less sense if you're a member for your whole rest of your life. He's working hard on your patience. CJ said I could go for an Ironhawk right about now, for sure. Yeah, that's gonna suck for people that never got it. That would suck. Could you imagine you never got to use the double Ironhawk, triple Ironhawk? You're working towards it, you're hearing all these YouTubers talk about it and how it should be like a top 5. You should get both of them, and then all of a sudden the Adana rework. That's gonna be a riot, dude. Everybody's gonna be so mad. You think they're gonna do it? You think they're gonna nerf it? It wouldn't take but one like keystroke to minus like one thing. They could do it so easy. They could screw up the Ironhawks so easy with one little keystroke. I think people would quit. That would be the last straw, I think. People left over Weaver Gate. People left over the Dungeon Tool. People left over Chris Crinkle. People leave just because there's so many bugs all the time anyway. People left because of the Vault event schedule, the January skip thing, the lying, and the telling us we're getting like a freaking... They're making it up, but they're not really. Lots of people have been leaving the game recently. If they nerf Ironhawk, that might be the last straw for a lot of people. And I've already seen last straw people. I've already seen that happen, like, already. Like, some people, the last straw was the dungeon tool. Some people, the last straw was, like, the Vault event they skipped. Could you imagine if they nerf Ironhawks? People, like, the people working towards the two, and they're almost there, and then they nerf it. Or the people that just got them, and they're about to use them, and then they nerf it. Those people are going to be so mad. Like, I've got to use it now pretty much since it came out, so... I'd probably, like, not quit the game over it, but it would be annoying. I don't know if I'd quit the game. I might have to quit the game because so many other people quit the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't quit the game just because of the Ironhawk nerf. But I might have to quit the game because of all of y'all quit the game. Like, why would I keep going if I have nobody to watch? That's mainly why I play, honestly, is for YouTube. If you guys didn't watch me play, I don't know if I would play as much, at least. This would probably be like a 15-minute a day type of deal for me if y'all didn't watch me play it. If I wasn't, like, good enough to, like, help people out. Because that's the main thing I enjoy, is, like, helping people play, I guess. So, mostly my YouTube side of Gems of War is what I like. That's what I enjoy. If there was no YouTube, I don't know if I would be playing Gems of War still, honestly. If I want to be 100% honest, if I had no YouTube channel, I don't know if I'd still be playing after, like, all the things that have happened. It just gives me extra motivation. It's, like, extra fun to me because of the YouTube thing. Like, there's other games I definitely like more than this. But it's the YouTube factor that makes this one of my favorite games because of YouTube, not because mechanics in this game or something. So if you take that away, I don't know if I'd even play it anymore, honestly. Which doesn't sound like the right thing to say, but I can't help it. Glorfindel says, yeah, Trey, but you left your boot sole imprint on his butt cheeks. Beg says, if they mess with Ironhawk, I cannot imagine what the form would look like. I also think that maybe a last straw for Mini. Allie doesn't have Ironhawk. Imagine working towards it, and then they take it away. It's like pulling a rug out from under people. They're really going to have to think twice if they're going to do that. I don't know why I'm doing all these extra turns. I need to just cast. It's because I'm talking. I always play worse. You guys see, like, my worst gameplay, I swear. Same with Everquest. Because I'm always blabbering and ranting and raving while I'm trying to play. So I never get, like, my perfect gameplay. Christian's back. John says, I've got 24 Nomapaloozas at the ready. I stopped my membership, but I still watch and lurk. The only thing that gets me mad when Gems of War... Right. Sebastian says, a nerf on Ironhawk will be an end of the game, right? Yeah, I feel you, John. I've been getting better about it. Some people may want to, like, avoid the Discord. That's probably where the most of it happens now. I can't help it. I almost want to shut down the Discord, honestly, because it really just... I don't know. It's not a good... I don't know. It's not good for me. It's good for y'all. Like, I need to just stay away. Can't help it some days. When I'm feeling a type of way, I just want to say stuff. And that's like an easy thing to log into and just type some crap. I'm not always feeling a type of way when I'm making a video, like right now. But at some point during the day, when I'm thinking about my YouTube and I see something that annoys me, and of course I want to go type up a little paragraph about how mad I am. That's why I tell people, you gotta have the extra thick skin to be on the Discord. Alright, what do we got here? The Merchant. Would you like to purchase one of my wares? We got 4 gem keys and we got 3 deeds of fire. I might buy the deeds. If it was purple or green, I would not even hesitate. I like the gem keys too, though. For 9,000 gold, that's a really good deal. Deeds, I definitely need deeds. And I have over 3,000 gems right now. I think I'm going to go for it. But if you have less than 3,000 gems, you should probably get the gem keys here. I'm just going to buy them. I need them. It's a good deal. I might not, if they give me another, if I get that again right now, I might go with the gem keys. What's cool about the Merchant is, like, it's on a case-to-case basis. It's not, everybody shouldn't do the same exact thing every single time. It all depends on what you got and what you need. John says the above comment is not aimed at you, Cinny. It just annoys me. It gives the devs reason to nerf broken troops. It's just a general observation, so troops are good for low-level players. Bert says, so what do you need to have to get Iron Hawk resource-wise? You need 8,000 diamonds. Well, you really need 4,000 to get 1. But you want to get 2 to make the team. And then 3 is like the ultimate goal. Because 3 is pretty good right now. But you need 8,000 diamonds to get 2 Iron Hawks. If you only have 4,000, make sure you still just buy one to have it. That would be like, that would suck, wouldn't it? Iron Hawk comes through. You only got 4,000 diamonds. You buy one. Then they nerf it. That would suck. But yeah, to get Iron Hawk, it's a Soul Forge mythic, pretty much a Soul Forge craft. So you do your dungeon every single day. You get those diamonds. You go hard in the Vault event. You get those diamonds. And you just save your diamonds and you just write freaking Iron Hawk on them. And you keep 4,000 to the side. You eventually keep 8,000 to the side. You write Iron Hawk on them. You put them in a little sandwich bag, and you never touch them. And now you got your Iron Hawks whenever they come through. Because eventually they will. Even though it looks like crazy right now, because Iron Hawk hasn't been in the Soul Forge for such a long time. He will be there eventually. Like, he has to be. It'll never happen where you see, like, the Wild Queen 3 times before you see an Iron Hawk. That just doesn't happen. You might see her twice, but you'll never see her 3 times. It's supposed to be like, let's say there's 100 mythics. Imagine a pool. And you throw all 100 mythics into the pool. And then every week, 4 of them are picked out with, like, that crane that you put your dollar in, and you get the stuffed animal if the crane grabs them. So, like, 4 of them get grabbed by the crane, and they get pulled out of the pool. And those are the 4 that are in the Soul Forge that week. Now they're sitting in, like, lawn chairs, and, like, they're sunbathing out by the side of the pool. They're not in the pool anymore. They pop their top off. They got, you know, they lay on their stomach. They're getting their back tan. They're out of the pool. They're sunbathing. And then the next week, 4 more get pulled out of the pool. They come from the pool, though. They're not coming from the sunbathers with their boobs out. So they come out of the pool. 4 more come out of the pool. They get put into the sunbathing chairs and the lawn chairs. They're sitting on the side of the pool now. They cannot get pulled next week. Until every single one has been pulled out of the pool. You won't see the one sunbathing on the side of the pool. You've already seen those. One thing that can happen, though, is like, you see one at like the very start of a cycle, and then like you see every single other mythic, right? And then they put everybody back in the pool because we've seen everybody now, so everybody goes back in the pool, including that one you saw at the beginning. And then they don't get pulled till the end of that one. so it seems like it's like super long because they were pulled at the very beginning of one cycle, and then they get pulled at the very end of the next cycle. So it feels like 50 weeks. It feels crazy, like 9 months. It's just like unlucky, but you will see it. If it's still in the pool, it's coming out eventually. It just, if you see, like, that's probably what happened with Ironhawk, honestly. He probably got pulled at the beginning of a cycle, right? And then we have to see every single other mythic before we can see Ironhawk again. So like 90-something mythics have to go through the Soul Forge. Then once every single one is seen, then everybody gets put back in the pool. Now it's random who gets pulled out. So Ironhawk could get pulled out last. So it seems like it's forever, but it's how it works. You just got to have faith. And I think that's what's happening with Ironhawk right now. He got pulled early, and now he's getting pulled late, and it just seems like it's super long. Because then you'll see, like, ooh, let's say early in the cycle you pull Ironhawk, and you see like the Wild Queen at the same time. So then you're gonna see the Wild Queen again before you see Ironhawk, because they're not gonna get pulled at the same time again, and she might get pulled earlier. So then it seems like, oh, I've seen Wild Queen twice since I've seen Ironhawk. But that's just because she got pulled like right after Ironhawk and then before him in the next cycle. So you've seen her twice since you've seen Ironhawk. So just because you've seen another mythic twice before you've seen Ironhawk twice doesn't mean that it's not working. It's just bad RNG. It's working as intended. And some people track it, so it's not like they could do whatever they want. There's definitely people tracking it to where keeping them honest. The Genie! Nobody likes you, Shabanu. But yeah, that's what's up, Bert, with the Ironhawk. Supernova says, oh no, Discord has become Cinny's echo chamber. Not really. Was it echo chamber, like where people repeat what you say and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Because I don't really have a lot of yes men. Maybe I'm thinking about that wrong. Most people, what's cool about my channel is like people will tell me when I'm being an a-hole. I don't really have a lot of like yes men. Y'all definitely tell me when I'm out of line. Which is what you need. It might feel good to have a bunch of yes men around you, but it's definitely better overall to not have that, and to definitely have friends who will tell you when you're out of line and stuff like that. Because then I can make my own decision. You know, I'm not always going to agree with you, but at least I know that somebody thinks I'm out of line, and then I can decide from there. Like with the Chris Crinkle video, you know? So enough of you said that that was out of line, so I took it down and made it private. But then there's been other videos where I didn't take it down because I didn't feel like I was out of line, so... I think that's the only one I've ever taken down and made private. That one and maybe the Gemma Jameson, I think I had a cringy Gemma Jameson video that I think it's for members only or something. John says, Cinny, it's your channel. I have mentioned time and time again. Yes, you are who are my friend. I agree. Glorf says, Bert, you get it from Adana Week with event keys. One is scheduled pretty soon. Are RNG from gym keys or guild seals? Yeah, that's the other ways to get it for sure, what Glorfindel said. Every week it's a different kingdom's event week. So that's when you use event keys. And the only mythics available will be the ones from that kingdom with event keys only. So event keys are different than all the other keys. If you're a beginner, you want to stack your event keys up and never use them. Every other key you get, you can go ahead and use as a beginner, because you still need so many things that it doesn't really matter if you go ahead and use them all. So you still need like certain epics. You still need like most of the legendaries, and you need like all the mythics. So that's the fun part of early game, is you get to use like all your keys all the time. But except for event keys, don't use event keys. Event keys are special keys that only pull from the Kingdom of the Week. So you want to wait and save them up until there's a Kingdom Week with a good mythic like Ironhawk, and then you throw them. So always save all your event keys until I tell you it's a good time to throw them. But glory keys, gem keys, the other one, the guild keys, the guild seal, you want to wait until you're like on Sunday. That way you have a higher chance at mythics and stuff. Because your guild will go to different chest levels as your guild collectively gets seals. Like 40,000 is the cap, and that'll be the highest chest level. So you don't want to like throw your guild seals on Monday or like right as you log in at reset, because then your guild seal chest will be like super low level. It resets every week. And if you're in a high level guild, that's one way to tell if you're in a good guild or not, if they get to the max every week. It just takes out like, it takes the commons and the rares out of the drop table. Like the higher level your guild chest level gets, then you just have a better chance at getting mythics and legendaries if you wait till your chest level is higher. And that usually happens later in the week, like Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So you can go ahead and use all your guild seals as a beginner, but just wait till later in the week when it's more, when your chest level's higher. Unless you're specifically chasing down like certain commons, I guess. I haven't really seen the angel yet, have we? I feel like I've only seen merchants and genies. Kimmy says back tan is good. Back tanning Chad. Glorfindel Cinny been working on his analogies. Oh yeah. Maka says see ya, and one more time, thank you, Chad. Tim's here. What up, Tim? Chad says it's random, Maka, but yeah, you're welcome. Take care. Later, Maka. Or Chad, or whoever's leaving, sorry. Tim is in the house. Bert says Soulforge is like waiting for a bus. Whatever you're waiting for all comes in at once. Now you're looking at horrendous task of having to choose what to get and what to leave. Yep. That's when you ask me or ask somebody you trust, you know? It's gonna suck, though. Like, let's say you've been saving. That's why in my first 5 mythic video, which, by the way, I'm not, like, super mad about how many views that got or anything. That's like an evergreen video that's gonna slowly get views over time, so I'm not, like, disappointed in that one. I feel like it's fine. But the first 5 mythic video, that's why one of the 5 is like rewarding yourself with a top 25 mythic, whatever you want to do, because I know how hard it is to save up diamonds and stuff. So I always tell people, like, if it's your first mythic and it's something you've been wanting the whole entire time, like, go ahead. Of course, I'd rather you go and save up and get 2 Ironhawks first, but I'm not going to blame you if with your first 4,000 diamonds, you go and get, like, Flaming Oni or Ubistet or whatever. Because it's really hard to do that, and just the fact that you're doing it, the fact that you're playing right and you're saving up and you're waiting and being patient, like, reward yourself with something, as long as it's top 20, top 25-ish. Then you're going to have to lock in and do it the right way after that. But with one of your first 5 mythics, definitely reward yourself. And get something that you've been waiting to get. We're not all masochists, and we don't all want to, like, force ourselves to wait all the time. Like, you can reward yourself, but don't do it a lot. If you want to get freaking Suna or whatever, I don't know. I probably wouldn't recommend that, but just go check out my mythic tier list or one of my old top 10s, or just ask me. Like, hey, I finally saved up 4,000 diamonds and Sycorax is there. Should I get it? I'll be like, are you rewarding yourself? Is this your reward yourself mythic? Then go for it. But if you already did that, then you should probably wait. Funky Town says, put a link to the Gemma episode at the end. Sass Wolf, what's up? Hello, what's a good starter team to use when trying to unlock the map? Goblins. Any kind of goblin. They give you a free goblin, and then they also, in the Warband shop, there is a Clockwork Sphinx. Or wait. They changed the freaking Warband shop, but there used to be goblins in the Warband shop, and you could get all your goblins there. But any kind of goblin team is great early until you get your Rowan team. The ultimate goal early game is to get your Rowan team. So Forest of Thorns questline, that gives you the free Rowan. And she's just amazing the whole game. So the sooner you can get her, the better. But before that, you want to go with any kind of goblins, because they have extra turns. It's really easy. So they give you a free goblin, so you put that on your team. Then in the adventure keys, there's like Goblin Bomber or something like that. So that'll be your second goblin. Then you use your hero all the time, so your hero is going to be your third slot. And then whatever goblin you happen to get for your fourth slot. So sometimes it's going to be like the Ice Goblin or the Goblin Shaman or Hobgoblin, or it'll be one of those. So any kind of goblin team should be your, in my opinion, your first team until you get your Rowan team. And then that's your second team, Rowan. I have a video on that. The first 5 teams is what it's called. And then in the Warband shop, once you get Rowan, there's Clockwork Sphinx in the Warband shop. You can go get that. Now you have Rowan, your hero, and Clockwork Sphinx. And now all you need is Leprechaun, and you're good to go with your Rowan team. And make sure you do your mastery right and everything so you can get the Golden Cog and the Mountain Crusher and all that. So go check out my new account playthrough, my first 5 team video. Like, I have all kinds of videos that will help you at the very early game, because I've restarted this game 3 times just to help beginners, or 2 times, whatever. Supernova says all they have to do without anyone knowing except the eagle-eyed people is not to have Ironhawk copies not stacked. See, super easy, not an inconvenience. Right, yep. Bert says, well, Cinny, I will sit on those keys until you say spin them or hell freezes over. Yeah, I do it on the spoiler video, I think, usually. When I'll tell you what's going to be in the event key drop table, and then I mention, like, should you throw your keys or not. Like, I think next week, what do we have? Wild Plains? So that's, like, Lord of Slaughter and, like, Ketris the Bull or something like that. Am I right? So that's a pretty good week to throw event keys. Like, Lord of Slaughter's a top 10. Ketris the Bull is a former top 10. The only problem would be if you got, like, Torass. Torass and Torus. That's why I think his name is Torass. Because there's already a Taurus. So if you call him Taurus, what do you call Taurus? If you call the mythic Taurus, then what do you call Taurus? That's why I call him Torass. That way we can know the difference. Also, he's kind of ass. No matter what those weird... Yeah, it's like a soul farming, gold farming video these days. Showing you like a Torass team or something. Glorfindel says, Sass Wolf Cinny recently put out a video detailing the first 5 teams you should make and use as a new player. Maybe go check it out. Yeah. I always feel kind of like a jerk saying that, but it is true. Like, right now, like, I don't know, when I was making that first 5 team video, I was really thinking about it and really, like, explaining it well and stuff. Like, right now is in the middle of a live stream, so I hate how it sounds when I say, like, go check out this or that video. Like, it kind of sounds rude, like I'm just kind of brushing it off. But it really is a better option to go watch the video when I was actually thinking about it and, like, man, more deeds? See, this is going to, like, my gem stack. It's so tempting. And I'm probably going to do it. And this is why I'm not really farming angels and merchants off of livestream. I'm only doing this for you guys, really. Because I know I'll just blow all my gems. It's going to tempt me into blowing gems on deeds and stuff, and I will do it. So I'm kind of avoiding it, other than on live. John says, I still need quite a lot of mythics, only using my diamonds for the ones I have seen in decent teams that people like yourself have recommended. I get the others when I'm going to level up a kingdom. Yeah, that's good. Always just get the top 10 mythics first, and then we're definitely like the order of operation. You should definitely get all the top 10s before you worry about kingdom level and power. Kingdom power. Like kingdom power is for sure a factor in getting certain mythics, right? But if you do not have every single top 10, then it is not time to worry about kingdom power. I don't care which one pops up for what Magic Kingdom, I don't care. If you don't have every single top 10, you should not be worrying about kingdom power, and that should never be a reason to get a mythic. After you get every single top 10, now it's a consideration. But until you get every single top 10, that is not a thing you should think. You still have work to do. It's not your time to be thinking about kingdom power, mythics, and stuff. You still need this one. You still need that one. You don't have High King Iron Gut. Why are you worrying about some random mythic that gives you a little bit of, like, HP or something? Who cares? Just because the other guys did it, just because the other guy said it, doesn't mean you should do it. You're in a different spot. You have different priorities. You don't have all the top 10s yet, so you need to save all your diamonds for all the top 10 mythics before you worry about kingdom power. I would even go as far to say maybe you should get all top 15 before you worry about it, but I don't know. It might be going a little too far. Because, like, the reason, like, the top 10 is the top 10 is because they all do, like, kind of different things that help your... Like, you get High King Iron Gut to do the delves. You get, like, the Wild Queen, the Wild King, and stuff like that to do PvP and Guild Wars. You get Ironhawks to get tons and tons of resources. Like, there's reasons why they're top 10s. It's not just like, oh, this one's cool, and this one looks silly, and this one is really powerful, and it does this or that. No, there's, like, reasons that they're top 10s. There's reasons that some aren't top 10s too, like Phoenicia is not a top 10 because you have to have Nisha medals for her to work properly. I've said it a million times and people still think Phoenicia is like a first mythic you should get. Just because everybody's using it, whenever you see people playing the game, they're all using Phoenicia. So now you think you should get Phoenicia when you shouldn't. Because you don't have any Nisha medals, so you're going to use Phoenicia and it's not going to do anything. The damage it does is going to be crappy. Or maybe you don't have the right... Like, your Sun Spear's not traded, or you don't have a Firestorm when you should, or you don't have Magma Dragon. There's several reasons why Phoenicia just wouldn't work the way it's working for somebody else. And if you hurry up and get Phoenicia as your first mythic, it's not going to do what you want it to do. It's going to be disappointing. So I'm just protecting you from disappointment. When I tell you not to get Phoenicia as one of your top 10. It's protecting you from disappointment. Because you do not have 2 Nisha medals, or 3 Nisha medals, or like Sun Spear at 100, or Magma Dragon, or whatever. There's something you're probably missing, and there's other more important things to get. You got Rowan, you're fine. You don't need Phoenicia. If you got Rowan team, you're fine. It's just a little bit bougier, more powerful Rowan. You don't see anybody using Phoenicia on like a vault event, or when they're farming. Phoenicia is just for like pet battles and hurrying up and doing like adventure board and dungeon and stuff like that. It's not in vault keys. It really doesn't replace Rowan. Only when you're leveling your fire classes, really. It just looks like people are using Phoenicia a lot, and it seems like something you should get, but it's not really until you have those Nisha medals and you got those other top 10s first. It's one of those illusions people get the wrong idea about. Like, they should hurry up and get Phoenicia. John's out of here. Later, John. Good luck at your singing stuff, man. Sass Wolf, I hope I helped you out there. Maka says, I am back to tell that I reached 8 max with my class trial and bought only 2 tiers, so maybe you will not need to buy the 3rd. You will get the free sigil bird, Cinny. Dang. So yeah, I don't know. So 2 people now have told me they only had to do tier 2 in the class event. So I believe y'all. Beg says, I was one battle short buying 2 tiers. Now, Beg is saying exactly what happened to me, so now it's 2-2. So it's just probably RNG. Like, there's probably that happens a lot with the class event. Sometimes, or no, like with the faction event, I think is the one I'm thinking of. But sometimes events, you can get them done for free. Sometimes it takes 2 tiers for one person, and it takes 3 tiers for the next person. Like, whatever it takes, I guess. I don't know. John says, take care, City and Sinners. I got to leave and get ready for work. All right, man, we'll see you. Good luck. Have a good day. Supernova says, that's the genius behind the devs. They know how we think, huh? They got us with the merchants. For sure, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't do this off stream. This is kind of the Phoenicia of, you know, me doing this makes it seem like this is something y'all should do. But, hey, you're leveling up Spirit Walker. As long as you're careful with your gems, it is something you should be doing. But for me, I only do this until I get all my crowns. I just don't have enough gems to be hunting merchants all day. If you're a high-level player and you don't have Spirit Walker at 100, this would be a great thing to be doing right now. But if you're like a low-level player with low gems, don't look for angels and merchants all day, because you're going to get tempted by merchants and you're going to get low on gems. You see how the game gets played different depending on what level you are and where you're at? Right now, high-level players are getting Spirit Walker to 100 by looking for angels and merchants. That's what they're doing. And they're probably buying every single offer they see that has, like, deeds or whatever. Because they have so many gems. But then, like, mid-level players are probably, like, getting their crowns. If they happen to get merchants and angels while they're doing that, they might buy something here or there. But they're being careful with their gems. And, like, early endgame players, too. Maybe they farm a little bit. Maybe they do some Spirit Walker grinding, but they're being careful. They're not buying every single offer merchants put in front of them. And then low-level players, you should really just get your crowns and get the heck out of there, because you probably don't have enough gems to be buying too many merchants. Unless you're just only looking for angels. I mean, if you have that much... if you can do that. But they just don't appear enough. It's kind of... It just doesn't... It's almost like you have to be looking for merchants and angels, or it just doesn't work. If you're only looking for angels, they just don't appear enough. But I was saying how this whoever came up with this is the same guy that came up with the Dragonite. I swear. This is another roundabout way to drain your gems. It's not like in your face asking you for money, but it's still achieving the end goal of people running out of gems and spending money on the game. People that don't know any better, that only have 2,000 or 3,000 gems, are like buying everything from the merchants. Because it's the fun thing to do right now. And then they're the ones buying whatever to get some gems, because they're low on gems next week when there's a faction event. When there's guild wars and they got to buy up to tier 5 because that's what their guild requires, and then when there's a new faction and they got to spend like 3,000 gems on that, then that's when they're buying gems because they ran out when they were going for merchants and angels. They were like copying something a high-level player was doing that they saw. It was the thing to do at the moment. It was the fun new thing. It's how they get you. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You're being manipulated. Just have self-control and just know it. Just if you can identify when the devs are manipulating you into spending money, if you can identify that, then you'll be better off in this game. It's almost a part of the game. Especially as a free-to-play, like... Or no, I guess especially as a person that's spending money. It's part of the game to identify when they are trying to get you to spend money and to not fall into that trap. It's like a part of the game. It's one of the traps in the game. If you treat it like that, like, oh, I'm being smarter by not doing this. They want me to do this, so I'm not going to do it. If you can learn how to do that, you'll be way better off. And I'm probably the only one that could tell you that being free to play, because everybody else is, you know, knee deep into spending money and stuff, and they're already invested into whatever VIP they are and stuff like that. They're already invested in the Kingdom Pass, the Campaign Pass. They already feel a type of way because they already spent money, so they're already invested into it. So they can't tell you what I could tell you. Being a person that's never, I'm not influenced by any kind of money I've spent on this game. I'm not feeling a type of way. I have clear vision. I could tell you exactly what's going on here. Everybody else has clouded, they spent money vision. They're already invested, so that the way they feel and the things they say about the game are different than what I say and feel. I'm not clouded by this investment that I've made into the game. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. What is my Spirit Walker class? It's not very high level, that's for sure. I think I'm like level 40 something. We'll have to check it out. Glorf says, example, my Nexus Kingdom power is stuck on 9 because I need Kalika. She is in the Forge now, but I can't justify spending diamonds on a mythic as crappy as her when I need Iron Hawks and Lord of Slaughter. Exactly, Glorf. Exactly. And what does Nexus give you? Like a freaking armor or HP? Like, who cares? 1 HP is going to do nothing for you ever. 1 armor is barely going to do nothing for you ever. Even 1 attack's going to do nothing. And most of the time, you're not going to directly get that stat immediately after you get that mythic either. You're going to get some weird 0.3% upgrade of your tribute or something first. Then you're going to need like a pet. So the only time I recommend getting mythics specifically for a kingdom power is when it's immediately going to give you a magic stat. Until you're higher level and you have all top 10 mythics, then it's a whole different story. But like Glorf was saying, he doesn't have Ironhawks, or, you know, he's missing some of the top 10, so you should not even think about it. Like, don't get Kalika. Wait. Supernova says, I used Phoenicia in an elemental team with the elementalist class because the class wasn't out when she came out, and it's surprisingly good. Ali says, looking for merchants with magic deeds and angels. Supernova says, that guy must have gotten multiple raises and a new company car, Prius with... I know, dude. Whoever come up with the Dragonite and this, they are like the vice president right now, I bet. Trey says, went on an initial shopping spree, have slowed my roll a little. Yeah, same here. I mean, that's only human. Like when Dragonite first came out, I was buying it every freaking day for like the first 10 days. But then you come to your senses. If you haven't come to your senses yet, you're buying gems with real money. Jay Shar is here. What up, Jay Shar? How's it going? Tone Smoke Off. What up? You need money to blow messing with this game. I mean, yeah, kinda. You don't need it though. If you're watching me, then you got all the advice you need to not spend money. But yeah, if you're, I don't know. It is a type of game where they almost make you, if you really want to play the game the right way, you almost have to spend money. Like Death Knight Armor, Campaign Pass, Kingdom Pass. Because then you feel like every time right here, 74 experience, that could be like over 100 every single time for me. But it's not. Because I don't have Death Knight Armor. This gold would be more. Everything would be more if I'd spent money on every single battle. And then, like, every time I do the Kingdom Pass and get crowns, and every time I do the Campaign Pass, I'm getting way less rewards. So it's so tempting to spend money, and you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying there's 3 things to spend money on, and then you should stop. And then, like, you know, there's a Campaign Pass, you do the next one, you do the next one. There's Kingdom Passes, you do that one, then you do the next one, then you do the next one. Like, you do spend money. It's almost like a monthly fee to play this game. The Death Knight Armor is the best thing because it's a one-time thing, and then you just get it forever. But like the Campaign Passes and the Kingdom Passes, they're like a monthly fee that you got to keep paying to play. Here we go, my first angel, and it gave me 2 crappy things. Thank you so much, you stupid angel. Look at this. This is like the worst ever. At least we got one, though. And we're 2 hours in. I might be Let's try to get like one more merchant or angel, and that'll be it for today. Because I already know my day is going to fly by. I use a lot of energy on these live streams. And then my day just like, after I get off here, it's like a toilet flushing. Like the time goes so fast. Oh, and here it is. It's like, hey, you need to stop playing right now. And another crappy one, dude. I would never buy treasure maps. I wouldn't. If they gave me 5,000 gold, I wouldn't want 5 treasure maps. And 3 tokens of Arania. Those are like the worst ones. No one uses them. I mean, you can use them to upgrade troops and stuff, but I don't want to spend 60 gems on a badge of Arania. So I think that's about it for today, y'all. I went 2 hours. It was our last live stream of the month, though, you know? I almost want to go longer just because of that. Yeah, I'm certain I'd like to leave. Let's get like one more. Let's get one more. I want to get a good one before I get out of here. Trey says, nice buying Ritz for gold. Yeah, that's like one of the best ones, I think. Coffins is here. Hey, good to see you, Coffins. We've been seeing lots of people lately. That's what I've been talking about, though. Like, this is the perfect time to pop out if I haven't seen you in a while. Because, like, you should be playing right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's an update, a new class, like, merchants and angels. Like, even if you took a break and now, like, you're back playing, like, it's a cool time to say what's up. Like, we're seeing lots of people that we haven't seen in a while, and I like that. It's fun. Just so I know you're not, like, deceased. Supernova says, so now I get why women get mad at our games because they want to be the only ones to manipulate us. Yeah. Dang, it keeps giving me stuff. The Damon. See ya, Damon. Allie says, I spend money, but I have nothing else to spend it on. Being disabled, I can't do things like go to the movies or out to dinner, so getting Flash pets is fun for me. There you go. If this is your main thing, I don't blame you. That sounds like a perfect reason to spend money on the game. Yeah, whenever somebody, like, takes it... Like, I never want anybody to take it the wrong way whenever I say, like, anything about spending money. It's always a very sensitive topic. The main thing I want to get across is that I don't spend any money that way. You know, I'm just a better... I feel like I'm a better channel because of not spending money. Like, you don't have to be me. You should spend money. I just feel like it keeps my vision clear. It shows me when they're manipulating. I have no investment into the game to where I have any kind of, like, bias or anything. Or it's just better overall. I can tell you guys exactly the way things are without having any kind of, like, incentive not to, like. So never think, like, I think every single person should buy Death Knight Armor, Kingdom Pass, and Campaign Pass. So every single person here should be spending money. I'm just, like, trying to make my channel better by never spending money. Which, you could see it both ways. Like, Ice-T, like, he gets the mythics first, he gets the weapons first, like, he can show you guys teams like that. Like, that's why I always recommend him. And I see a lot of y'all over there, and, like, I never feel any type of way because I watch him too. I think he's good. He can be the one that goes and buys the newest troop and gets the newest weapon right away and all that. And that's why he's got value too, and you should watch him too. You know what I mean? I always recommend him. And that's a reason. He's the one that spends money, so now you can watch a guy who's spending money and a guy who's not spending money, and it covers everything. And you're good to go. Now you know what to do with that new mythic when you get it from the campaign pass, or you know what to do with that weapon when you get it from the kingdom pass. You just go watch Ice-T. Passes and the guild gifts, yeah, that's good stuff. DC does that too. DC United, thank you so much, brother. Tim, oh, Tim is back. Tim is back in the choir. That's awesome, bro. DC, probably, if you could have picked anybody, I bet you DC would have picked Tim if he could have picked somebody. I wonder if Tim's are you watching right now, Tim? You just got gifted a membership. The dwarf avatar, that's good too. I like that. I like the dwarf and the Lapina. Like, if you buy money, if you spend money on that stuff, I totally approve. That's the type of stuff I wish they would offer more of. Instead of always like wanting you to buy gems or like a free win in the arena and stuff like that, that's kind of like pay to win. Like cosmetic things like the Lapina and the dwarf, like I'm totally fine with that stuff. If you have both the Lapina and the dwarf, like I wish I had those. Chad says a lot of the people that play gems Supernova are women. Yep, that's true. It's probably, yeah, for sure. Like, imagine if we played, like, Call of Duty or something. There'd be, like, 1% women, probably. Gems of War is more like, it's almost like, what, like, 60-40, maybe? It's not, definitely not here, but, like, here it's more like 85-15, but I think, like, the game, the player base, is probably like 60-40, maybe 75-25, something like that. There's lots of girls. Lots of women, which is cool. I like that. Nobody wants a sausage party. We want, like, everybody. Welcome to the choir, Tim. Bert says, gotta get the Rugrat to bed, so gotta... Alright, man, we'll see you, Bert. I hope I see you again. I never know with new people. You never know, but I hope I do. We'll see you next time, Bert. Allie says my skin is buffalo leather thick. Alright, I like it. DC said I had to check in with my favorite free-to-play Gems of War YouTuber. Yeah. My favorite Gems of War player with yellow hair and a blue beard with a dog on his shoulder, who's using Rowan right now. He's 2 hours and 12 minutes and 18 seconds deep into a live stream. Sinnycool is my favorite Gems of War live streamer that is 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 26 seconds into a live stream. Yeah, if you ever want to, like, you can always say that. It's always true. Even if you don't like me, it's true. I'm your favorite free-to-play Gems of War live streamer. Because I'm the only one. That's a good way to, like, stroke my ego, and you don't have to, like, you can tell your other favorite, you know? I said free-to-play. I didn't say my favorite, and that's it. I said he was my favorite free-to-play. You're not free-to-play, so, you know what I'm saying? You're still my favorite. I still want to tickle your pickle. You don't have to get all mad now. I'll still tickle it. I just said he was my favorite free-to-play. You buy stuff, right? You buy stuff. All of y'all buy stuff, so you shouldn't feel any type of way if I call Sinnycool my favorite free-to-play Gems of War live streamer, because he's the only free-to-play Gems of War live streamer. So don't get mad, don't get jealous now. I still want to tickle your pickle. I was just telling, I was stroking his ego a little bit, you know? With a little cheeky, yeah? Yeah? You know? Yo, we do need some members in Mana Bombers. If anybody's on PlayStation, we're down like 3 members right now. That's danger zone. Because Guild Wars, you get your top 27 scores, so we're cool, but we're on the borderline of like missing out on some points. So if we lose one more member in Mana Bombers, we're kind of we need another. We need 3 right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anything really is. I think it's just a coincidence. We have had guild leader changes like a few times, but I don't think anything's really going on. I think it's just coincidence. You know how Gems of War is right now with all the crazy stuff going on. Could you imagine people are quitting? I think that's just what's going on. And it's not even like, maybe not even our people quitting. It might be other people quitting and then our people moving up into like top 10 guilds. So it could even be like that our people are still playing, but they had to jump on a chance to go into like a top 5 guild maybe. Like, you can't blame them. I think all the people that have been quitting lately has been the reason that we're down like 3. But we're a top 15 guild if anybody needs one on PlayStation. If you can meet the requirements and stuff. I think you have to be at least level 1000, and then it's like around 900,000 gold or something like that. So it's not even 1,000,000 gold. That's kind of what I like about it. I don't think I would be like mad if we moved to 1,000,000 at this point, but that's kind of why I joined it in the first place, because they were under 1,000,000 and they let me bring in a bunch of people. But yeah, we've had like 3 spots open for a couple weeks now, I think. No sausage parties. Men with non-gaming spouses, yeah. Supernova's level 60 with the Spirit Walker, nice. DC says Mana Bombers on PlayStation has a couple of open roster spots. If anyone's interested, come join the fun. Glad to be with you, Sinnycool, and all you Centers Choir members and lurkers too. Yeah, you got DC United. If you don't like me, you can join Mana Bombers and be on the same guild as DC. Or Mike Irwin Zeus. Or Mr. Extreme. Yeah, there's some other cool people there too, so. Plus, I'm there. Got the merchant again. Ooh, Deeds of Magic, baby. Don't even think twice. Gotta get those. Funky Town says, stay Sinny, bro. Always, man. Tama Danielle says, I've been playing Dead Island. That was always one of those games where I never, like, I always wanted to play it. I always wanted, like, one of my kids to get it so I could play it type stuff. They always were on the, they were always on, like, the, what's the other games that are kind of similar? Dead Rising. I don't know. But they were never on the Dead Island. And I was always wanting to see it. I don't think it's, like, as good, though, is it? As, like, Dead Rising? It's probably different. It's probably good in its own way. Chad says, you're the only free-to-play Gems of War streamer. I know. That's why it's funny. DC says, in case you haven't already done so, please do leave a like, you sensational Centers, choir members, and lurkers alike. Chad said, if I had a PlayStation instead of an Xbox, I would join you guys. DC says, Chad, you weren't supposed to tell him. He's like nudging you, giving you a little punch on the arm. Chad says, if you haven't done so already, please gently caress that like button. Finger the thumb. Take your mouse, make it into a finger, and touch the thumb with it. Finger the thumb. Allie says, what guild? I missed the name. It's Mana Bombers, and I think right now we are open enrollment, so we don't even have to, like, go figure out your name and invite you and crap. You can just join up. Even if you're a lurker, right now listening, and you're not chatting in the chat at all, or if you watch this after the fact when it's not live, you can still join Mana Bombers. Just go look them up. I think it's open enrollment right now. Then you could be in my guild. Some person that somehow makes it to the 2-hour, 18-minute mark of this live stream after it's not live anymore, if you need a guild right now, look us up. PlayStation Mana Bombers. We have three spots. So even if you watch this like 2 days from now, we might even still have a spot. So look us up. Let's get those 3 people in. Sometimes, like, these streams, they don't get very many views, you know, just because it's a long stream and everything. But it gets like a few hundred. So out of the few hundred people watching, maybe I can at least get one person in there, DC. Open enrollment, Mana Bombers, 3 spots. You just got to be level 1000. You just got to be able to contribute almost 1 million, but just under. Participate in all the events. We got Guild Wars coming up. Make sure you play it every day. We're not some crappy guild that doesn't do all that stuff, so just know that. You're going to have to do everything. You're going to have to do all the normal things that a normal Gems of War player does. If you think you don't, then don't join. does all the obvious things that most high-level guilds do. We're a top 15 guild on PlayStation, so if you think we do it, we probably do it. If you think you're going to have to do it, you're probably going to have to do it. Just is what it is as a top 15 guild on PlayStation. You gotta play your Guild Wars every day. You gotta participate in all the events and like not be in last place every single time and get 0 points. Gotta give the required amount of gold. You gotta get to the max seals. You gotta get a certain amount of trophies. None of it is crazy though. It's all like more reasonable than most other. Like out of the top 15 guilds right now, we probably have the most reasonable requirements, I bet. If you were looking to move into a top 15, top 10 type of guild, this would be the easiest transition you've ever done. We got like the lowest requirements probably. Oh man, you see Deeds of Stone and I'm down to almost 2,500 gems. Like I'm probably going to skip this. If it's not green or purple at this point, I think I'm going to skip them. We'll go to 2 hours and a half since you guys are so awesome today. We'll play for another like 10 minutes. So get your questions in, get your jokes in right now. Tell me some dad jokes. Who's got the best dad joke before the end of the stream? Let's go right now. Ooh, Left 4 Dead, Funky Town. I used to love Left 4 Dead. Supernova says, Dead Island is one of my guilty pleasure games. Tom says, open world map way better than Dead Rising. Okay, okay. Trey says, 2 spots, someone just hopped in. Nice, that's good. Glorfindel says, hang around after the stream as we catch up with Todd Greenwood for the national weather forecast. Yeah, he's got the sports too, bro. Beg says, I do hate when people leave a guild right before Guild Wars. Yeah, it wasn't exactly that, but I've had people do that. That's why I'm always so, like, I don't know. Like, I've had people I've known for years invite me to a guild and then kick me out without saying anything. I've had people who have been tier 3 members and the longest member ever and then leave the guild, like, right when Guild Wars is happening and stuff like that. Like, sometimes you think you know people and then you don't. Pretty crazy. That's why I'm always kind of, like, cynical. Sinnycool is cynical. I've had people burn me before, you know? You never thought this person would do that, or this person would do that, but they end up doing it. Like, if you leave, you should never leave a guild anytime around Guild Wars. Like, just have patience and wait. Like, is it so crazy that you gotta leave it right then? You should never leave a guild anytime around Guild Wars. Like, right before it, right after. You should never do it. It just looks a type of way. Even if it doesn't affect anything to leave it, like, the day after Guild Wars, it still, like, looks a type of way. There should be, like, a week buffer. Just to play it safe. You're supposed to, like, if you're gonna give your 2 weeks notice type of deal, it should be, like, a Sunday. A Sunday that's nowhere around any kind of Guild Wars would be the best time to leave a guild. If you're gonna like give your 2 weeks and do it properly. You should probably tell the guild leader ahead of time. Unless you have some beef and you're just leaving because you hate the guild leader and you hate everybody in the guild, like I get it. But if you want to do like the give your 2 weeks thing, you would tell people first, like, hey, I'm gonna be leaving the guild, you know, I got a better opportunity in this other guild and like I appreciate my time here and blah blah blah. You tell the guild leader so they have like a heads up that somebody's gonna be leaving. I would say at least a week ahead of time. And then you leave on a Sunday. You leave on a Sunday that's nowhere near a Guild Wars. Like, not the week of, not the next week. And that would be the way to do it. Like, if you want to leave a guild properly. Unless it's just some random low-level guild where nobody talks at all and you're like... If you're in like a top 50 guild or a top 100, you should probably do it a type of way. But if you're in like some random guild you joined through the game and like you don't know anybody and nobody ever talks, like go ahead. They're probably not doing guild wars anyway. It's like fine to leave a guild like that. Like, but if you're in like a Mana Bombers or you're in like a top guild, you should give your 2 weeks notice per se. Even if it's just a week. And never do it anywhere near Guild Wars. That's what I would say anyway. It might be a little bit too much, a little extra, but... Yeah, right, Beg? Glorf says, and after the weather, we have an hour-long HBO special exploring Knockers of War, the early days. Yeah, and Angel's in it, like the guy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Jack Wagner and Lori Loughlin. Got Jack Wagner, Lori Loughlin, and Angel from Buffy. It's like Melrose Place. It's called Knockers of War. Gemma Jameson is in that one. Sebastian says, I am in top 10 PS4 guild. 1.3 million gold, 2,000 seals, 700 trophies. Yeah, see, that's like more than us for sure. We're like 900,000 gold and like 400 trophies or something. Trey says, I wish our trophy requirement was a bit higher. I'm in 15th on PS4. You're right there, man. You guys might pass us since we've had like 3 people missing for so long. Allie says, are Mana Bombers chatty? I really love my main people. Pretty much, yeah. I would say so. Like, Mr. Extreme and, like, all them, they chat. They chat. There's some older people. I'm not saying, like, I don't know. But I feel like there's some, like, older people, like, they all chat together in that. I'm not really in there, so you don't have to worry about me, like, saying anything crazy. But I don't really chat in the guild chat. I'll say something every once in a while. Like, if we do, like, really good in an event, I'll be like, good job, you know? Or like whenever the scouts do really good in like Tower of Doom, I'll be like, that's what's up, y'all. You like know how to scout. I'm only in there every once in a while, just giving props to people when they do good. I'm not in there talking about like Donald Trump or anything. Sebastian says, always live your guild after guild wars. DC says, yes, there are quite a few chatters and Mana Bombers, some fun, funny, and witty banter more than occasionally. Yeah, that's for sure. DC's in there, too. Like, DC, Mr. Extreme. There's, like, a little, like... There's, like, probably 5 to 10 people that chat. Trey says, same, Allie. Would love to move over, but love my guildies to death. We're fan... See, Trey, when you're in a top 15, like, that's perfectly acceptable to, like, be loyal to your guild, I would say. It's when you're not, like, if you're in anything under, like, a top 25, you should not be loyal because you're only hurting yourself. You should bring people with you. Like Allie, for example, Allie. If there's 2, 3, 4 people you love in your guild, you could bring them over to Mana Bombers. I know that would probably be not what you would want to do because you probably don't want to gut your current guild, but that's what I always tell people. Like, instead of, like, sticking in this lower level guild, you could bring, like, your favorite person with you. They could get on the list, at least. We have, like, 2 spots open. You could bring your favorite person. Your next favorite person could get on the list and get in next. Alright, one more good one, and then I'm out of here for sure. Let's get at least a merchant or angel, and then I'm gonna, like, be done for the day. Let's go fast. Might switch to... I'm not going to switch to Ironhawk. I really need to get my spirit... Here we go. See how... Well, it is what it is. I think I'm going to stop there. It'll probably be too long. I really want to get a good one, though. See this merchant and angel thing? It makes you want to keep going. It's definitely what they want you to do. It makes you want to keep going and going. But that's cool right now because we need Spirit Walker experience. I kind of want to see one more Merchant or Angel. So I can blow my gems on something like an idiot. They do not appear here, do they? The mini-boss. I might try to see one more, y'all. I'm gonna keep saying that. We're gonna go like 4 hours today. I'm gonna keep saying one more, one more, one more. Somebody will come in and like get the train going, and then I'll say one more, and then somebody will get the train going, and then I'll say one more, and all of a sudden we've been streaming for 5 hours. Probably not going to happen, but... not impossible. But yeah, if anybody, like, I got an Everquest coming out later today. We got a World Event Scoring coming out tonight, which includes Nintendo Switch, if any Nintendo Switchers are watching right now. I got the spoiler video out right now, if you haven't seen that yet. Goes over everything going on next week. We have a first 5 Mythic video I put out on Thursday, if you haven't caught that yet. Shows the first 5 Mythics you should get in the game. First 5 you should craft. Even if you already think you have them, like, you should check it out just to see, did you do right? Did you do it right? Put it in the comments. Like, hey, I already have these, but, you know, I just wanted to let you know that I did it the right way. And I'll say, good job, you're the man, you're the woman. And then we can we'll hug each other, and we'll hold hands and prance off into the field. With the sun shining and a rainbow over our heads and everything. We'll pick a flower, we'll smell it real hard. We'll pick a little dandelion and blow the seeds into the air, and it'll go in front of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? Even if you already did the first 5 mythics, you can still watch it. And then we can prance off into the field together and blow the flowers. Isn't that what you want? Wearing like a little sundress. We're skipping, holding hands. It's a rainbow. We blow the dandelion, it floats in through the air. Smelling the flower real hard. I think everybody wants that. And Jack Wagner, Lori Loughlin, and Angel. We go to their house. And they're having, one of them's pregnant. And they're going to have a baby shower, and then it's not his, it's not Jack's, it's Angel's. And then they're having an affair. Then they get married, and then they get divorced. And one of them goes to the hospital, and they're in not great shape. And Jack and Angel, they become best friends again because, you know, they learn about how life's just too short. Life's too short to hold a grudge, Angel. Life is too short, Jack Wagner. You gotta be friends. Even if you cheated on your girlfriend and had a baby with the other girl, Lori Loughlin. Anyway, got the Angel. Of course it gives me Dookie Stain, brown and green, gross pet food. Thanks for that. Oh, I mean, I guess I better pick one, huh? I almost just left. That's how much I think of that. I almost just skipped it. But we got an Angel. I'm not going to go all day here. Let's grab my tribute. 20 gems. I need to set a timer and do that every hour. I'm a dummy. I need to grab my tribute more. I would have way more gems, y'all. Like, I feel like my gems are like so low. Like, if you guessed, if we put all the YouTubers up on the screen, you could probably guess that I'm the free-to-play guy because my gems are so low. But all my other stuff, my gold, my souls, everything I can teach you is super high. Gems is just the resource that's the main one that they don't want you to have a lot of. So if you don't spend money, you don't have a lot of gems. It's just, that's the game. It's gems of buy. Alright, y'all. Oh, is Mana Bombers invite only? I swear they put it on open enrollment. So I guess not. Never mind. But hey, we will leave a comment. If you're watching after the fact, leave a comment and we'll try to get you in. Alright, I'm getting out of here, y'all. Let me catch up in the chat. We'll say goodbye. Allie says, I am the main resource for my guild, generally 5 million. Allie, please join Mana Bombers. Please join. I would love to have 5 million and 6K trophies. I'm sure Mana Bombers would love to have you. You might make some brand new best friends. There's some people like that in the guild, too. Exactly like you. Kyle Lowenthal is here. Best dad joke. My favorite time of the day is 6:30, hands down. I get it. That's a good one. Supernova says, my guild global chat is broken on my Xbox for some reason. Yeah, that's a good one, Kyle. Good. His first comment is a good dad joke. Glorf says, my guild is great, bracket 5. Would like to go higher, but I value a bit of loyalty and lack of stress. I missed my appointment with a Chinese dentist today, which was mad because the appointment was at 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. Chad says, my friend Dark, I believe, is still in your guild, Glorfindel. Bert says, the brat's asleep, so here I am. Surprised you're still online. I know, me too. Welcome back. DC says, looks like Mana Bombers is back to invite only. If you'd like to join, reach out to Sinnycool on Discord. Would love to have you join us. Yeah, or leave a comment here. Chad says, okie dokie, y'all. Take care, everyone. And thanks, Sinny. Gently caress that like button on the way out. Allie says, if someone sends an invite, I'll go DW Shasta. I think, I wish I could do that. Here, I'll tell him right now on, what is it, DW Shasta? Is that what, is there like a underscore or anything? I'll do it right now, Allie. I think you have to be out of your guild, though, for them to invite you. If you want to join, I'll do it right now. I don't want to pressure you, though. You can act like you didn't say that, and I'll go ahead and end the stream. Because I can tell them right here. Let's see here. So yeah, Trey, let's do a rain check again for playing the EverQuest. We'll play next weekend. I'll live stream on like Saturday so we can play on Sunday. I'll think ahead this time. So we got 28 members. We definitely... You forgot how to leave? I don't want to accidentally leave. How do you leave a guild, everybody? You think I would know that. I'm not trying to leave, by the way, Mana Bombers. I'm trying to get somebody into our guild. Guild, then leave guild. Is that easy? Guild? Oh, you found it? Alright. So I'll tell them right now. Invite... DW Shasta, is that how it is? Is that how it is? Oops, did I spell it wrong? Poop. I'm gonna make sure I got it right here. DW Shasta. Alright. I'll say, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Just kidding. I was gonna say it. Anyway. I'll see y'all. Have a great day. You should be in the guild soon, I'm sure. Unless there's nobody on right now, Allie. Like, don't panic if you don't get invited or straight away. Don't panic. No regrets. I'm gonna tattoo that on my forehead. If you don't get invited, like, straight away, they'll get you. I'm sure. So. Alright, y'all. We'll see ya. Have a good day. I might even wait around until you get invited. Let me say goodbye to everybody. We'll stay on stream here. You can let me know, Allie. Alright, anyway, so, remember to like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. EverQuest coming soon. I know y'all don't care, but in case somebody's watching, like Trey, World Event scoring will be at reset for everybody, including Nintendo Switch. The World Event teams will be out early tomorrow morning, of course, and then the weekly preview will be out later on in the morning tomorrow, of course. And then Tuesday will be the faction assault teams, of course. And then Wednesday will be the live stream, the next live stream, 10:30 a.m. EST, Wednesday. So I'll see y'all there for the first live stream of March. How he not in global, says Carrie, Huh? What's that mean, Carrie, How he not in global? Am I in guild chat? Yeah. You are on PlayStation 4, right, Allie? I hope. Does it matter which PlayStation you're on? Comment in global, Allie, I guess. They don't know how to invite without doing that. I think you would just type it, right? I've done that before. Comment in global, Allie, just to see if that helps. So you go to, like, right here, global. Go to global. I don't think mine's on right now. Rejoin global. This would be where you would, I guess, right? Global 1. They don't have to, like, do that, though. They could just type it, right? Maybe I can invite. They should let me invite. Maybe I can. Recruit. Invite. Here we go. DW. I guess I can invite people. Why am I telling other... Why do I keep doing that? Uh-oh. That's great, dude. So does not PS5 and PS4, they don't... Are they not the same? They should be, though. Why would it be different? Yeah, do you got your invite code? Allie. Go to, where is it? Right here. Push options. It's the invite code at the bottom there. See why I was asking for a... I was asking for... Did you send me your invite code? See how mine's Sinnycool _ WFT3? Like it's not just Sinnycool. Did you go to options and did you send me your invite code? Because your name DW Shasta seems like it would have like a underscore and then something after it maybe. Sorry everybody, I'm trying to get Allie into our guild. If you're still watching, maybe you can figure out how to get people into your guild. I think like PS5, PS4, I hope they're the same. There we go. Alright. Let's see if DC can beat me to it. Ah! Recruit. Invite. DW Shasta _ Y2X5. Y2X5. Who wins? Did you win? Recruit. Confirm. Oh, you got me, you freak. DC. You freak. DC. DC wins, everybody. I'm too slow. I was too slow. Man. You fast, bro. You fast. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let me say something. I'll say got it. Or DC did. I hate how it shows y'all everything I've typed. All right, anyway, I'll see you guys. Have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel. Comment below. Thank you for joining me today. Chad, Trey, Allie, Kimmy, DC. Trey, Allie, Kimmy, Trey, DC, Kimmy, Allie. Welcome to the guild, Allie, by the way. Stroganrog was here today. Good to see you, Stroganrog. Allie, Trey, Kyle, Lowenthal with the dad jokes. You rule. Kyle rules. Bert was here. We want to see Bert next time. We'll see you next time, Bert. Glorfindel, DC, Trey, Supernova, Kyle, Allie, Trey, Chad, Clipbomb. Tom and Danielle was here today. Tom was here. Funkytown, Texas, Supernova. Tom was here. Chad was here. Trey was here. Allie was here. Bert was here. Kimmy was here. Tim was here. DC gifted a membership to Tim. That was freaking clutch. Allie, Supernova, Jay Shar. Coffins was here. Good to see Coffins today. Jay Shar was here. Good to see Jay Shar. Glorfindel, my guy. Kimmy, Maka, John, Trey. Beg for mercy. Sass Wolf. Good to see you, Sass Wolf. I like all those beginner type. I love having beginners here. Like, it makes the stream go smoothly because then you guys have questions. I get to answer them. I don't have to think of everything. I don't start talking about people dancing into a field smelling flowers. Like, I get to talk about Gems of War. Sass Wolf, welcome to the choir, by the way. John Fitzpatrick was here today. Always good to see. I hope he has a good gig tonight. Sass Wolf, Chad, Funky Town, John, Kimmy. Man, I just heard like some crazy thunder or something. Bert, Glorfindel, John, Sebastian, Trey, Vampire CJ was here today. Good to see ya. Vampire CJ. Maka Felix was here. Tom, Supernova, the Professor was here. The one and only Professor. Sebastian, Supernova, Funky Town, Bert, Beg, Allie, the Professor with the 5. The Professor with the 5. And that's as far as I can go. I know there's more, and I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All the gifted memberships and everything. Allie gave one, I know, for sure. Appreciate it. Won't let me go back any further, though. So, just know that I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm, like, not near it, but it's, like, on the east side. I'm on the west side. But it does, like, concern me a little bit because of the air and the water and stuff. But, I don't know. I'm pretty far away. But anyway, thanks for asking. We'll see you guys. Have a great day. You're the best. I hope the rest of your day is super awesome, and we'll see you next time. Peace.